championship. Yes! They are your ELEAGUE Grand Champions.
What a show.
How about that? That ball is crushed.
This is Turner Sports.
It's time to turn my dreams into schemes. Schemes in the past, plans in the history. Show 'em I'ma show 'em who I am. Talk about it, be about it. Show 'em who I am. Go getter, going big as a goal.
Linking strong.
That's gonna be two.
Being ready for this moment my whole life. Victory, picture in the big of me.
Good block from Ricky and a proper punish.
Trying to find something to dab it. There it is.
Yes.
I'ma show 'em who
Come
I
on.
am. Talk about it, be about it. Show 'em who I am.
Hello, esports fans, and welcome to the G Fuel ELEAGUE Arena here in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going in at day 4 of the ELEAGUE Street Fighter V Invitational. I'm your host, Richard Lewis, and joining me on the desk, we got a plethora of talent. We have got Z. There it is. We have got Rip. All right, and come on and Slam, and welcome to Sejam. How are you doing?
That was so good. I didn't see how angry he is over there.
This is what I do. I just write garbage all day. Some of it works. Anyway, gentlemen, I know you're pumped for day 4, but just a reminder for all of you at home, this is how the tournament format works. We took 32 of the best players from around the world. We threw them into preliminaries, and we said, hey, it's 4 groups of 8, guys. We only want to cut 2 of you. Just the worst 2. That's all we're going to do. And it was nice and gentle. And we're getting through that. And we got the last one of those to come today with Group D. Regular season, we're going to spice things up a little bit. We got 24 players in 4 groups of 6, but only 2 players from each group can survive. We're going to see some big names fall by the wayside at that stage. Then we move through to the Elite 8 in the playoffs, and there can be only one who will take home the bulk of that $250,000 prize pool.
Oh.
Ooh, let's have a look at what we got in Group D. Guys, look at these names.
So many stacked groups all weekend, but this one I think is one of the most tough ones to call. Who is going to be in the top 2? Who is going to be in the bottom 2? It's really hard to say. I think that everybody in here is pretty much on an even playing field. I think like calling the bottom of this is going to be super tough. Obviously, there's Knuckle, who is the Capcom Cup champion. He has a big target on his back coming into this whole thing. But I feel like anybody could do it.
Yeah, right. And I don't think we'll see a 0 and 7 in this group.
I'd be very
I also
surprised.
got to say, look, obviously I had a little bit of, influence over this. That's why we stacked all the Euros in here. Yeah, well, come on.
You're doing?
Come on,
all
guys.
you?
Yeah, it was all on me.
Right.
We hate this guy. He ain't in the FGC. Anyway, let's talk about the guys. We already talked about Knuckle Do. Rip, I'm going to come to you. Obviously, the reigning champ.
Yeah, Knuckle Do, amazing performance, not only at Capcom Cup, but also before that Red Bull Battlegrounds. He went to China, and he busted up Shanghai there, and I mean, like Z likes to mention, or likes to think, that the Japanese used to be the strongest here in Street Fighter V, but Knuckle Do proving everyone wrong, showing that the Americans can get it done as well.
That was probably the worst day of Z's life. As you can see, age 20. He's a super young player.
He's younger than you, dude.
Yeah, he is younger than me.
That's
he's just
crazy.
a little fella. I get to make those young man jokes about him all the time.
He's just a little fella.
Yeah, he's just a little fella. He's a little tyke. He's got a bedtime. But yeah, Knuckle Do, super young player, very talented. And there's a couple of young players in this group that are really good as well. But yeah, his rivalry with Shanghai, I think probably one of the most interesting things about it. We will have that match today, Do versus Shanghai, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and let's talk about Long Island Joe, Z. The guy has a name that's more befitting a pirate than a fighting game person.
L.I. Joe, a.k.a. the all-American hero, defending freedom despite a lot of the players playing very free, being very free, 0-7, and playing very dumb. However, he was the highlight Cinderella story of Evolution 2016, which of course Infiltration won, but in that top 8, it was really about the story of how Joe climbed through the ladder, putting a lot of the more elite players into those body bags left and right. He even had his father flown out to watch him play on that grand stage. What an amazing tale of American goodness.
That's what we want. And then obviously we've got Luffy as well in there, right? So Rip, tell me about the French player.
Yeah, Luffy, of course, he's an Armika. He just did fantastic at South by Southwest. Barely losing. I believe, was it to do?
Yeah, he lost
Right?
a super close set to do. It was like last hit between the two of them, and he ended up going with third place. He's a former Evo champion.
Yep.
Street Fighter 4, though.
Yeah, Street Fighter 4 Evo champ back in 2014. He's one of the few non-Japanese and non-infiltration Evo champs to ever do it. You see, 30 years old, out of France. He's a really, 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 really strong player. Definitely somebody you got to watch out for. He has this really movement-based style, and his Mika is, man, he just steamrolls people.
Right, and you know, he mentioned at South by Southwest that he doesn't necessarily have a lot of Urian experience.
Yeah.
And this group, he's going to have 2 of them.
Yeah, that's going to be a big problem. He had trouble with RB, but you could see that, like, he went into the first set and he didn't know what to do.
No.
He had, like, no idea how to play the matchup. The second time he played RB, he knew exactly what to do. He figured it out in that set. He's a guy who can adapt on the fly like that.
100%.
Right. Well, let's take a look at the first 4 matches we got coming up for you. I know Sajam couldn't even believe what we were doing. You can see it's LPN versus Ryan Hart, the British veteran. I'm going to be more insufferable than usual today. I'm going to be waving the flags for Ryan. Then you got Xiaohai taking on Li Joe. Knuckle-Doo taking on Luffy. There it is, Sajam.
I'm so excited about that one.
I can tell, brother. I can see under this desk. And you got Phenom versus Chris Tatarian as well.
You know, you're like
for
15
game
feet
4.
away and you could still see under the desk. All right, that's a good sign for me.
He's
But
right
yeah,
next to you.
Dude and Luffy
He has
is
to
a
be.
crazy match. It's a really, really, really good one. I can't wait for it.
I'm super hyped about that one. And look, obviously, if you want to watch the best coverage that we got, we have enhanced live streaming over at liveeleague.com. How it works is, for the Street Fighter Invitational, it is an enhanced live streaming experience that gives you the power to chat, tweet, and win Street Fighter V fight money with quests that reward you while you watch all of the ELEAGUE action all in one great place. You can do it on your mobile device, right there on your gaming laptop. And you may think you've seen Street Fighter now, but take it to the next level with ELEAGUE Live.
That was pretty good.
That's the most pluggy thing
Whoa.
I've ever done.
And it was all off the top of the head. That was
totally.
spectacular. You did a
Definitely
great
wasn't
job.
reading off a card. You got my number, Sajam. Anyway, it is now time to get technical, powered by Dell Gaming. We're going to let Rip have a go this time.
Right, Richard, it's time to level up your game. Today, I'm going to be telling you guys about throw baits. And essentially, first I got to tell you about throws, though, right? So throws are unblockable attacks. So the only way to escape a throw is by hitting throw yourself, which is going to do a throw whiff animation if you miss it. So it sounds pretty simple, but here's the problem. You see, a throw, or the game, I should say, runs at 60 frames per second. And a throw comes out in just 5 frames. So that, if you're doing your math right, comes out to 1/12 of a second for you to see that and react to that, which basically is hella fast. So this is a situation we're going to look at here.
That's the technical part?
That's the technical term of it. Yeah, I'm getting technical here. And as you can see here, this is K-Brad. You know, he's going to use the standing light kick. Wolfgrone's in this corner. He blocks the standing light kick, and he's like, man, I might get thrown here. You know, he's been doing this to me all day. And let's see what happens here. He's basically, what's his face? K-Brad.
K-Brad, that's the one.
That's the one. He's going to decide, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to walk away from this instead this time. I'm just going to walk on this way. And Wolfgrone, like I mentioned, you know, he's sitting over here thinking like, oh gosh, I'm about to be thrown. So let's take a look here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's walking away. And there it is. Wolfgrone, he's panicking. You see here, he's extending his hurt box, whiffing this throw. And K-Bat, on the other hand, man, he's just like, boom, I'm going to get this fool.
He's been dying to draw a smiley
yeah.
face since he saw this tablet get brought out.
Right, so then the next thing you know, you're going to see it here. Here comes the whiff punish.
Yeah.
And before you know it, boom! That is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. So that's one way to do it. You just got to walk back to get the throw bait from that situation.
Man, yeah.
Another way to do it is by going airborne, either with the neutral jump or with something like Akuma's forward heavy punch. So I'm going to try to jump ahead in the video here a little bit. We're going to see this against Tokido and Wolfgrone. And it's the same kind of situation that you're going to see apply here. So he's going to get him trapped here, get the knockdown. He's going to go for it right there. He gets up in the air with his forward heavy punch. You see Wolfgrone with that whiff throw right there. You just saw it whiff by kind of quickly. But essentially, it's the same situation. He just whiffs right here. And Akuma is coming down on top of him. He came down like that. And then next thing you know, same thing's going to happen. Oops. That one, that's
It's
the
been
button.
going well,
It's
Rick.
coming. I'm getting it.
You're going to make
Boom!
it.
Get over that
Right
last
there.
hurdle. There it is.
One more time. Boom! Nailed it. And that's throw baits for you.
All right, well, I feel like I learned a lot there, although the only thing I really heard was the word boom repeatedly.
Boom! It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I hope you leveled up your game.
Yeah, that's
well,
pretty
thank
good.
you, thank you. It definitely did. It's kind of like Twitter bait. I always have to react to that as well, right?
yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna take a short commercial break. When we come back, we are gonna have the first game of the day. It is gonna be LPN versus the Brit, Ryan Hart. Put the kettle on, make some tea. We will see you in a moment.
My champion this season is going to be Bison.
Try to resist if you can.
Bison's playing style, he's kind of a bully. He has that swag, the attitude to him, you know. He's very oppressive and a lot of aggression. And that's how he should be. He is a boss.
I will dominate all.
You know, he's a troublemaker. And I like that. Like, I like to, you know, stir up the pot. And I play to the character's strengths, you know, like we work together.
Crusher!
I think M. Bison is probably one of the coolest characters of all time. And of course, he just looks badass in everything he does.
Very good.
Oh man, LPN's just throwing everything out right now. Wow, just comes out and does EX.
Welcome back to the G Fuel E-League Arena. We've had to put Sejam down for his afternoon nap. That just leaves Rip and Z on the desk. We're going to be talking about the first match of the day, LPN versus Ryan Hart. Now, I'm just going to start by saying something. I think, you know, the United Kingdom has given so much to the world down there. The English language, for example, which the Americans are just starting to get the hang of. The Beatles, tea, we've done it all. And I'm going to say Ryan Hart. I think he's a wonderful ambassador for the fighting game community. and a consummate professional.
I would just like to say that we won the Revolutionary War.
I do remember that part.
LPN in this matchup versus.
You know, we don't
Reinhardt.
need to make it about wars like you always do, Z.
We can look back to history.
We can keep
to
it cultural.
Predict the future. No, Reinhardt has been a veteran in the fighting game scene. He's been playing, I think he was like one of the first pros
Since
ever
1994.
in the
He's been
world.
competing in tournaments. And yeah, I believe he was one of the first pros picked up by Lowland Lions, I believe it was. Is that the team name?
Very
Low,
well.
yeah.
3 L's. I know there's 3 L's in
Yeah,
it.
it was Lowland Lions.
Yeah, and that was in 2009.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been around. He's been playing a
less than
variety of fighting games. You know, not just Street Fighter series. He's
Tekken,
part of everything.
Fighter.
Virtua Fighter, yep. I mean, this guy has really been there and done it all. But of course, look, experience doesn't always count for everything in the FGC, and he's going to go up against LPN. You know, I've been researching this. Z, how do you like Ryan in this matchup?
Speaking of experience, actually, LPN has the most experience with the game because he was playing the beta.
I remember those days.
Before the game was launched, he was playing the alpha before the beta was out. In fact, he's probably playing the beta right now out on PC, so it's already an unfair advantage. He's playing 2.1, where Ryan is playing, you know, the standard version. He's always in beta. He's never gotten out of it.
And that may be the problem with him as well, right? I mean, but the thing about LPN is he's always able to pick up characters really quickly. He has a wide variety of characters he can choose from. He was most known early for his birdie play, but I believe today we're probably going to see his bison come out to play.
That's interesting. Well, look, we'll find out if you're right in just a moment. First, my understanding is that we did speak earlier today with the British great Ryan Hart backstage.
Reinhardt, you have one of the most renowned names in fighting game history. You're a true OG. Tell me how you're feeling going into this Invitational.
It's a brilliant feeling to be here. I feel really privileged to have been one of the people invited to the event. I'm having to represent myself, the UK, Europe as a continent, all the people that support me. It's just a privilege to be a part of the action, and I can't wait to get underway.
That's excellent, man. You know, a lot of guys at the desk say that this group in particular is the most competitive. There's not any huge skill gap between all of the players. How are you feeling about the group overall?
Yeah, I think it's a good mixture of players, especially character-wise as well. It's a nice variety. And also, most of the players have a lot of history together, having gone back and forth. Particularly me, Phenom, and Luffy in Europe have played each other time and time again in tournaments. Of course, we've got NuckleDu, which is great. We all get a chance to have a crack at the Capcom Cup champion. So that's brilliant for us too. And of course, LPN, Li Joe, of course, specialists in their own right as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's a nice collection of players, and it's going to be exciting.
Speaking of LPN, that's who you're going up against in this first matchup. Any strategies going in?
LPN has a mixture of characters, so I don't know who he's going to pick first game or, you know, who he's planning to use generally. So I'm not sure exactly, but I've planned for a number of his characters. I'm hoping those plans work out.
All right, Brian, best of luck to you, man. Get out there and do your thing.
Thank you very much.
Right then, let's follow on from Ryan's thought process there, and Rip, you touched on it as well. We can get Z to meme his way in with this discussion. Who do you think LDN is going to use if he's got this variety of tactics and characters available?
Well, I think he's going to first look at what LPN is going to use. All right, so Reinhardt also has a variety of characters. So although LPN, yes, does have a couple of them, don't count Reinhardt out either for, you know, having a surprise pick himself.
Okay, well, we're starting to get closer to game time, so I know it's going to be tough to make predictions if we don't even know which characters are going to come out. So I don't want to impose upon you too much, but do you want to just call it for fun?
I'm going to flip a coin, and I'm going to say Reinhardt's going to take it. Only because I think his main character is Urien now. And I'm loving Urien, so I want to see him succeed.
I like Ryan, super well spoken. I don't think it's that fair to be that good at an interview. Super
All right,
jealous.
then. It's super jealous, right? But you get to do your thing now, Z. It's time to commentate. We'll see you in a moment.
So here we go. LPN with the Bison pick, and Reinhardt going with Urien, as we suspected.
I guess the screen in the back when they're doing their player, you know, videos is the tell. They have to pick one character and stick with it. Wow, didn't go for the juggle and went for the skill instead. Interesting choice there from Ryan. Just wanted to get that armor and see what he does with it. Good block on that slide. That's certainly not safe.
Yeah, he could have gotten the Crouching Fierce for a punish too. So again, not the most optimal punish from Ryan on that instance.
But that just shows the creativity of a Reinhardt. I don't think many players would have done that. The standard procedure would be to go for an additional juggle and get that guaranteed damage. But right through it. Yeah, doesn't get a setup. Just blew right through. Interesting. This is the most unorthodox Urine that we've seen to date.
Yeah, definitely unorthodox. And right there, he went for the heavy kick anti-air, but he did it a little bit too early, and the Devil's Reverse caught him.
That, of course, is one of the trickiest moves to deal with that Devil's Reverse, where he flips upside down into the air and comes on with that purple glove. And if you spend the 1 meter to make it even more trickier, you can navigate that in mid-air. It can come from the front and the back. So you're going to see LPN using that move a lot, as most Dictator players are relying on that for getting a lot of surprise damage.
Yeah, so much pressure there from those EX scissor kicks from Bison. Those R plus unblock, and the light kick he's got right there, or not that one, that was a roundhouse, but the light kick he's got 3-frame startup, so very quick attack they can use after that. And you saw him link them two together that time.
Good jump. That's another throw bait that you were talking about. Sometimes you can walk back, sometimes you can go for the vertical jump, pays off huge dividends. You're really preying on the human instinct to go for a break whenever the opponent is in proximity.
And as you saw there, a pretty rough start there for Ryan. You know, despite him being both of our picks in this matchup, you know, the Bison is a little bit challenging for Urien because it's hard for him to keep him off his offense. And, you know, the scissor kick pressure, all Urien's got to stop it really is his EX headbutt or V reversal. And of course, as a Urien player, you don't want to use that V reversal because you're trying to save up to get that Aegis Reflector out with your V trigger.
Just as I expected, back into the character select screen do they go. Ryan going back to someone that's a little more familiar. It did look like his Urien was a tertiary character, the way it was playing. Very unorthodox movement, but again, I love the creativity that comes from his fighting game line. See if he has a little better luck with Ken. He's played a lot of Shotos throughout the years.
Yeah, most definitely. And Ken, of course, in Season 1 was one of his main characters as well. So in this season, he's looking at Urien, Guile, and Ken. So it's interesting to see him bring out the Ken here. Starts things off, gets the overhead there into another throw.
And the thing with Ryan and LPN is they'll switch characters mid, season. So if there's going to be, updated changing come in the 2.1, I believe we're currently in the beta, you'll see both of these players very quick to adapt.
Yeah, Ryan had a huge early lead, but here comes LPN now. Caught him with the down forward heavy punch, and here comes the trigger. Other side, great block from Ryan.
This is the LPN special. He's going to teleport back and forth. He does the double whammy just when you thought you had caught him on the way back, like a Dragon Ball fight sequence.
Oh, and he connects with the EXDP.
That's the Devil's Reverse. Good block.
Down to the wire here. LPN brought it all the way back. Ryan still has that trigger available.
Despite having a sliver of the life lead, LPN doesn't have any resources to navigate across this.
Oh, so dangerous.
Sends it back.
And Ryan looks like he's keeping on that trigger. I thought he might pop it, but he's apparently going to save it and try to use for V reversal instead. And Fireball is going to take it. LPN tried to counter poke. Looked like with the standing medium kick there, but the Fireball going to take the round for Ryan hard.
Could have gone either way. The extended hands of Ken when throwing that Fireball or vulnerable. Good crash.
Cross-up is blocked. That has been one of Bison's weaknesses. Defending against cross-up jump-ins. Has to go to air as you see there. Got him with the reverse that time, and oh my gosh, just lands and hits him with the roundhouse?
Empty jump frame trap. I love it. And that's exactly that move that he wanted to end the first round. That standing medium kick, good horizontal hitbox, able to nuff out a lot of things, but wasn't able to hit that Hadouken. Sends the Fireball back. I don't want it. I'm returning with that 30-day Amazon policy. Send it back in that cardboard box after you use a sample of it.
Both players sitting on full resources now, Trigger and Meter Reveal for both of them. So either one of them could die for the next touch here. Here comes Trigger from Ryan. Will he go into critical art? He does. I don't know if it's going to be enough.
This will be close, and Bison with standard life.
Just a pixel left. Opportunity for LPN to try to make another comeback. Here comes the Trigger. So tricky with these dashes.
Check out these teleports.
Oh my gosh, it might be it. It is! LPN with the comeback thanks to the V-Trigger combo, allowing him to cancel specials into specials. And here we go, final round, game 2, set point for LPN.
Bison is regarded as a top-tier character in Japan, so a lot of people had Laura here. Just like America holds Laura in high regard. We saw Wookprone do a lot of damage yesterday, going 6-1. In Japan, actually, their pick is Bison,
yeah,
for
Bison.
a top 5 character. Going to get punished up in that distance, yes. You can't throw that target combo with the Hadouken point blank to any character.
And there's the Absorb. That's a change in Season 2. We can hold it for a while before we have to throw it back.
Like how Ryan went for the EX Tatsu to push himself out of the corner, but finds himself back in it.
The baits!
Look at his left and right. He's getting crossed up like hot sauce. This is street basketball as he pummels him down from the sky with the EX stomp.
Crossed up like hot sauce. LPN gonna take it over Ryan Hart.
We are filming, of course, out of ATL, home of the hot sauce. Very nice finishing move right there. So he covered all the angles coming from the sky and also had a good pressure on the ground. It looked like Ryan, because this is a first to 2 format, sort of wasted a bullet in his chamber by going with that surprise Urian pick. It didn't work out for him. Found himself in a deficit and wasn't able to climb back, but it looked like he was much more comfortable using Ken. So
I agree 100%.
Perhaps a little error there in the beginning of the match at the character select screen.
That was exactly the point I was going to bring up there. You know, if you're going to kind of throw in that curveball, you've really got to make sure it's the right one to throw and it curves correctly. But yeah, just unfortunate for Ryan, but got to give it to LPN. Played a great game here.
Yeah, that looked like
about the Urian pick is that there's a couple of Urians in this bracket already. So I don't think that LPN was going to get caught off guard against Urian. He has to prepare for Li Joe, so not a super surprise. It's not like he busted out Fang or something.
No, exactly.
I would have liked to see a better counter pick if he was going to go for a sneak attack.
Yeah, but I think that Ryan has actually been using a lot of Urian, so it was kind of interesting that, you know, it didn't work out from as badly as it did. And, you know, it looked like there was some unfamiliarity with the Bison matchup in particular. You saw the dash with the V-trigger getting him, and here the critical art almost got him the victory there, but instead...
Look at this. How does he come back? Activates to make it safe, and this is where all goes downhill. He was walking forward for some reason, and the damage output of a Season 2 Dictator is so good. We call him Dictator because there's some ambiguity in the naming. You see all those 4 gods in the back with these statues. So Bison, also known as a Dictator, is common nomenclature. Look at the damage output and LPN's ability to shift back and forth. It almost looks like a Dragon Ball match.
Oh yeah,
right.
100%.
So Ryan Hart loses his first game. It's all right though, you know. Britain, we're good. We're good at coming from behind. It's all right.
Is that right?
Yeah, we've done that. We've done that many a time in our rich, illustrious history. But anyway, let's talk about the next game. It's going to be Xiaohai versus Li Joe.
Ooh.
Just before we start breaking it down, obviously everyone's getting involved in social media. So we've had a tweet come in. Obviously lots of support for Li Joe. This is with a G.I. Joe kind of flavor there, the All-American Hero. He's even doing the full, you know, come to bed pose there.
That's what I was thinking, man. What magazine is that from?
Yeah, that's all right, isn't it? It's about that time. Let's go,
gotta keep it PG-13.
So obviously, a huge fan base, massively popular player. By all accounts, a super nice guy. Might have his work cut out for him, though. You know, Xiaohai, tough game.
He may not win this match. In fact, Xiaohai, I was watching him practice. He was practicing with Xian, looking super prepared, coming all the way from China. He's been playing other games as well, plays a lot of King of Fighters, but Street Fighter V, he knows that he needs to succeed in this game if he's going to do well in those overseas tournaments, where this game is the main one, looking very crispy.
And of course, you know, he's going to be using Cammy. That's his main character. The thing about this matchup, though, is that I feel like Urian does pretty decently against Cammy. You know, she's got great footsies, but Urian with the standing medium kick can keep her out pretty well. He can stop all the dive kick approaches with the standing heavy kick for the anti-air. So I think it's not going to be a terrible matchup for Joe here.
Yeah, and you were telling me backstage that we hadn't really seen a sort of successful Urian yet. Give me kind of an assessment of where the Urian play is going to be in this game.
Well, I mean, Urian, you know, a lot of people consider him to be one of the top 5 characters in the game. However, in U.S. tournaments, he really hasn't placed that way. Long Island Joe here, he actually placed 25th at final round, and he was the highest placing Urian in that tournament.
Wow.
So 25th place was the highest that a Urian got. That's obviously not to say that Urian is a bad character or anything, or that he's, you know, overrated in the tier list. It's just that we haven't seen it yet here in America. So hopefully.
Problem, yeah, with that is because of Nemo.
Of course.
Right? You're looking at
He's the
Nemo,
outlier.
very famous player in Japan, super creative, basically created this character and makes it look incredibly broken, but that's not going to be indicative of another person at the wheel, right? Same car, different driver, going to have 2 different results. So that really skews this impression of Urian being a very strong character. Well, of course, certainly is, but I don't think it's going to be showing any damage in these major tournaments unless Nemo shows up.
Right, or RB.
So predictions and all of that taken into account.
You know, I got to go with Xiaohai here, though.
Yeah.
You know, he's performed better than Li Joe in general. But you can't really rule out Joe.
Li Joe, he's going to defeat Cobra Commander Xiaohai. God bless America.
China versus America incoming. Xiaohai and Li Joe.
It's all friendly.
We'll see about that. Cammy Urian as expected.
remember the last time these two players actually matched up against one another. But ELEAGUE, a student of the game, he watches a lot of tournaments. He should know about Xiaohai, the legend, especially because Joe also plays King of Fighters as well, which Xiaohai made his mark in, probably the world's most famous King of Fighters player, making a nice little adjustment to Street Fighter land, especially with this character Cammy can be super aggressive, relies on his reflexes, although he missed the hit confirmation there.
Joe had a little bit of a rough start, chose the wrong anti-air early, and because of it, Xiaohai got him trapped in that corner, but Joe fighting out of the corner now.
Again, no hit confirmations. I haven't seen many Cammys do that. Oh wow, he interrupted the chariot tackle. That's what makes Urien so strong in Season 2, that surprise tackle that you can do it with impunity.
Yeah, but it's not invincible. He has to have his V-skill on to have armor with it. Here comes the Aegis mix-up now. A nice challenge there from Xiaohai to get out of there.
Not having any of it, just uppercutting his way out of that danger. That's certainly one way to get out of the Aegis. And again, the brilliant Spiral Arrow to get himself out of danger. You never want to be caught in the middle of that Urien Aegis sandwich. And you can see he went for the uppercut the first time and then the Spiral Arrow to get himself out. So,
and that Spiral Arrow is actually invincible to the projectile there and beats it the second Aegis on reaction. Wow, and Nectar Thought, that was actually the light kick setup we talked about earlier in the Dell segment.
Oh, wow, left a lot of damage on that table. The thing with standing heavy punch charged up with Urien is that you can sort of see if you go for the hit or not. If it's blocked, a lot of Urien players go for the fireball cancel, but instead, if you get a crush counter, the best thing to do to get optimal damage is to dash up and do a even more damaging combo. So
a good throw from Joe here, and the trade's gonna get him the round. Solid round there.
Didn't even need it, yep.
Yeah, Xiaohai had the V-Trick, but didn't have an opportunity to activate it. And here we go, final round, game 1. EX, Cherry Tackle, start things off.
That's a standard opening gambit for a lot of players. Again, very difficult to punish. You have to interrupt it on the way there, but it comes out so fast that it's rather impossible to see it and then do anything about it.
Nice punch there, saw the charge, heavy punch, a nice challenge there with the EX headbutt. Joe off to a half life bar lead here, which means that Xiaohai is gonna have his V-Trigger ready to go. Great anti-air fireball again, not even using the upward one.
Joe seems pretty comfortable having Xiaohai use the EX Spiral to get through the fireballs. It doesn't do too much damage, although it does have fireball invulnerability to pierce right through it.
And great spacing on target comp for Joe there, and great anti with the forward medium punch.
Uh-oh,
Punished.
It seems like someone's been playing too much KOF.
ELEAGUE
Street Fighter has gone rusty. ELEAGUE with the first victory playing on this stage. I'm certain it gives advantage to Joe right now.
Yeah, that was very solid. And Xiaohai, you know, he was trying to drill through those fireballs from Joe. Maybe use the V-skill instead. The spin knuckle from Cammy also effective at going through those projectiles. We'll see what he decides to go with here.
So a couple players, including Knuckle-Do, Xian, have gone over recently to Chinese tournaments, and they say that the entire country sort of watches what Xiaohai does because he is their best player. So a lot of people are picking up Cammy after him. Dako, the number 2, is also playing Cammy. And the problem with that...
Wow, the counter is confirmed.
Oh.
Joe beating them, and here comes the fierce punch with V-Trigger activation. And the challenge from Joe!
He's hit that 3 times in a row now.
I mean, that was so risky, he had so much health.
Again, I'm not even sure Urien is available for purchase in the China CFA. No, I'm not joking.
Really?
Yes, because you have to get all the characters approved by the government there.
You gotta get a VPN, man, get a US PS4.
You actually do have to go into Hong Kong, get a downloadable code in order to practice, but it looks like he doesn't have any matchup experience against Urien, and this is working out incredibly to Joe's favor, and he's playing wild too on top of that. There's that cancel, right? You see it blocked and then going for the cancel uppercut. Oh, missed opportunity, but he does get out.
I love that Joe is keeping the pressure on once he has the momentum.
Lovely movement from Joe here. He said yesterday in Korean barbecue, late last night dinner, that he was nervous about today. There were so many veteran players that he had looked up to, but it looks like he's really the monster to look out for himself.
Oh boy, staying humble, but here we go. Xiaohai got him trapped in that corner. Now this is what Cam excels, but here comes the Aegis.
Just using that Aegis to get out. But Xiaohai for some reason landed on it.
Overhead, 2
Goes for the low, lands on the other side, 3. Not able to punish. Perfectly placed overhead.
Big jump in for Xiaohai's block.
Wow, could have canceled that and taken it.
The overhead again. Xiaohai's in trouble, but look out, he's staying alive here.
This is the most ridiculous.
Oh my God, what a risk!
That was a crazy risk. Shanghai had backed off, but man, more risky perhaps was those 4 or 5 overheads.
That
trying
was
to knock
crazy.
the beret off of Cammy's head.
Joe, you know, he may have went in too hard to try to close that out here. Let's
I
hope
like
he's
that.
got something left in the tank.
He's playing super sassy. Look at that preemptive air, and of course, whenever you get that elbow juggle, it can tack on so much extra hits.
Joe, of course, with the lead again.
It's the best feeling a Urian can have, connecting off that low, heavy punch. Just to get out.
And get the grab. Another one.
We got these pile driver loops.
Overhead block, reversal to get out of the corner. Cammy's reversal, very effective. Switching position, nice EX tackle out of nowhere.
So Shanghai's been playing Cammy since Street Fighter 4, has a lot of experience, but Joe's been playing even longer. Urian with third strike. Looks like that's playing off to his advantage now, just really comfortable with this character. Oh,
Wow.
but eats a jump in.
Yeah, and he went for that reversal. Wow, he
Gonna
still
hit
got
him.
the
Yeah,
Aegis.
he got that trade. That's so good. Aegis as an offensive and defensive tool. Doesn't go for
blocked.
He's just playing wild.
It's crazy. He's got to watch out for critical art if he gets hit again.
Go for that Top Gun finish on the stage, Joe. You can bring it home, baby. Do it for Goose.
Oh my gosh, it's so tense. It's still set point for Joe. Your Shanghai trying to stay alive in this first game.
Look at all that meter. He's going to be able to chip him out if he adds another
Why is there
attack right here
anti-air?
within
Oh!
chip kill damage. So right when he blocked that Fierce, that could have been counted into his super move. Would have died anyway. But dang, that was a nail biter.
Yeah, I mean, such a risky jump in there from Shanghai, but you know, he caught Joe off guard. No anti-air from Joe's part. He could have had it right there, but instead, we're going to be going to a final game.
Look how calm he is, but he's playing so crazy.
Calm on the outside, crazy on the inside. It's his mantra.
And those esoteric rock band hoodies that Joe loves to rock.
And I feel like just in the end of round situations, Joe has just gotten a little ahead of himself. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing the whole way through.
Joe going for the chop. Okay, can he punish this? Yeah, nice punish. Relatively safe jump. That's why Shanghai respawns after the jump in.
And EX tackle again. Man, Joe's hit ratio on that is ridiculous right now.
I smell a jump in from Shanghai. That's the only way he's been able to approach, as Joe has been shutting down the ground game.
Oh boy,
no.
he's in big trouble. Stun. And Shanghai gonna get the round because of that stun. Man, did you sniff out that jump in though?
I would like Joe to turn on the crazy right now. He just has to play unorthodox, catch him off guard, but you're not going to be able to out-footsie Shanghai. He's been doing this much longer than a lot of people.
Yeah, and Shanghai definitely with the momentum at the moment.
Oh
God,
and again,
Inhibitor!
yeah, he's sort of using Shanghai's reactions against him. Anytime Shanghai sees anything pop up in the air, he's going to try and anti-air, but Joe perfectly coming to the backside, but didn't punish on Shanghai's way down.
And again, EX tackle finds its mark. Joe behind here, but he's about to hit that third V-trigger bar.
Here we go. Joe close to resources. He needs to build up that red bar on the bottom to get his Aegis shield.
Outside the other side.
Will he even get a chance?
He's gonna survive. He still has a chance for Aegis. That's 1025. Here comes the Aegis. Oh, he went for the Fierce.
And that was a good idea. That would have given him a maximum amount of damage. He sort of reeled back, but that low light jab, very low risk, and he only needed like a sliver of health to take that victory. So, man.
Yeah, clutch play from Shanghai though. You know, he was way behind, facing the loss multiple times in that second game, and really pulled it together and stayed composed enough to get the victory here.
Yeah, well, I got to ask you guys, I mean, is Ally Joe going to be kicking himself there because he was so close to victory?
He's got to be. He's got to
Yeah.
kick himself just a little bit. I mean, he had an opportunity in that second game. Shanghai jumped in. Joe just didn't anti-air, and Urian has a couple of good options for anti-airs.
It did look like he had the advantage with the character in the beginning.
Yes.
Shanghai looking super rusty. Of course, he did travel a longer distance to get here all the way from Guangzhou, China, and of course, Joe coming down from, well, Long Island. So he had to fight that time lag, but man, it looked like he adjusted so quickly, and I love that technology displayed from Shanghai. It looks like he was practicing in the back room with Xian's Urian, so it's good to have a training partner that can play all the characters, that can spar with you right before you go on this big ELEAGUE stage.
Yeah, so that's how things started. You know, Shanghai got that first round, but then all of a sudden, Joe started turning things around in the second round of the first game. Got the trade there, went to final round, and got it. But here we go into game 2 here. And look at that counter confirm, gets the juggle. Huge damage, spends the meter on it. and Shanghai tries to make the comeback. But just the challenge to Joe, he was crazy. He was playing crazy.
Well, he
and
was
it was working
on so many of them, and so when he used that last EX headbutt that cost him one of the rounds, he had been accurate on his guesses. I don't blame him. I love that craziness at which Joe is playing. Look at that overhead. Oh my gosh, that one
was the biggest bet he made.
It's easy, right? Hindsight is 20/20, but
Right.
he had converted again on those previous ones, so it's hard to fault him for that.
Yeah, and here it was again. Joe's opportunity to close out. There was a jump in, and Joe looked like he tried to jump back air to air maybe.
Yeah.
Did not work out, and instead it goes to the final game where Shanghai just really felt the momentum. There's the jump in you sniffed out.
If Shanghai can successfully jump in on Daigo fireballs, he's gonna jump in on you.
And there you have it. That was the first round. Shanghai totally rolled over Joe after that. He was like, once he got that stun in the game, Joe was stunned in real life.
There's the Aegis, and look at that. Tried to go for the maximum. I like the idea. Maybe he wanted to go for another overhead. That could have led into a crush counter. Things in Street Fighter V go very, north and south very quickly.
Yeah, well, look, it's early days yet for ELEAGUE. We'll see how he's going to get on. We did say this group was going to be super close, so I'm sure there's plenty of twists and turns left. But we're now going to take a short commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, this is the one that Sejan was excited about. It's going to be Luffy versus Knuckledu. We'll see you soon.
There comes Luffy now.
He is going crazy.
Oh, reset! That's so strong.
with such a chase down.
All right, welcome back. So this is the game everyone's been looking forward to. This is the matchup people wanted to see, and it's an interesting one. It's going to be Luffy taking on NuckleDu. Almost everyone in this group has said they want to have a shot at NuckleDu, right? And we've been talking a little bit about this backstage. Apparently, it's not because he's like a nasty guy or anything. It's just because he's so damn good and everyone wants to be able to beat him.
Right, he's got a target on his back. I mean, the only nasty part about him is the teabagging in the game, right? But outside from that, he is the champ. Everyone's gunning for him. You know, he just lost at South by Southwest, which is kind of interesting to me. I feel like, you know, he kind of got in his own head a little bit, you know, thinking about how he is the champ, etc. So it'll be interesting to see how he performs here.
I don't know about losing at South by Southwest. He got second.
That's what I mean. I mean, for the champ to get second, he lost.
He got third at final round. This game, though, it's very difficult to establish that type of consistency that we saw in Street Fighter 4. There's a lot more variance, a lot more movement with the top players. Of course, your top 8 will be familiar faces, but they're going to change around in their standings. But, you know, NuckleDu has been the most consistent, and he's done it at such an incredibly young age. He can't drink and drive because he can't drink yet. But he can drive because with that money that he won at Capcom Cup, he bought 2 brand new cars, swagging out, and of course a round-trip ticket for his mother to go back home. So what a lovely kid. I'm certainly rooting for him in this one.
Well, just tell me quickly about Luffy as well, obviously. You know, a lot of eyes on him. People think he can do damage in this group, the guy from France. What do you think, Rip?
Yeah, I mean, he's an R-Mika user, which is also one of NuckleDu's 2 characters, right? NuckleDu uses R-Mika and he uses Guile. Generally, actually, NuckleDu doesn't like to run the Mika mirror match. It's very rare that you see that actually go down. So I'm expecting he'll go with Guile here. But Luffy, of course, very dangerous. Top player. The only limitation I've seen or heard about him is that in Europe, you know, they don't necessarily have the best training partners with all the characters. So we'll see what kind of expertise he has against Guile in this matchup.
Well, Luffy can, you know, practice against I'm Still the Daddy as the guy all over there. And they did have an extremely close matchup in South by Southwest. I believe that was NuckleDu eking it out 3-2 over Luffy. But a very close match. This one can go either way.
All right, well, we'll find out what NuckleDu's got to say about it. He's a confident young man. Let's see how confident he was in this interview.
NuckleDu, you are the reigning Capcom Cup champion coming into this Invitational. You got a target on your back. Tell me how you're feeling coming into this, man.
I'm feeling pretty confident. Like everyone in my group, I've played before. And I've come on top with every single opponent, so I think I have a good chance of making top 2.
Right. Now, toward the end of last season, you were playing Guile, but your main was R-Mika. That's who you were bodying everybody with. How's the transition to being a full-time Guile band?
I still use Mika for some matches, but they made Mika significantly weaker, and they made Guile a lot stronger, so it's just a good trade-off, and it's not too hard to adjust.
Right. It seems like you've been doing the same dominant stuff out in the battlefield, so to me, it looks like it's been good. I definitely want to get it on Luffy, who's your first matchup today. This is somebody who I feel like can mix it up with you and has mixed it up with you before pretty well. How are you feeling going into this first matchup?
Yeah, so there's so the other 2 super best Mikas are Fudo and Luffy. And Luffy's the one I can't really figure out right now because his playstyle is pretty weird. So, I mean, I'm really impressed with his playstyle, but it's scary to play against because I don't know how to play against it. So, hopefully I do well, but it's just going to be a toss-up, I think.
All right, man. Is the NLBC still free?
Yeah, it's still free.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much. I'm wishing you the best of luck out there. Go do your thing.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. By his confidence standards, perhaps a little bit subdued there in the interview, but I'm sure he's still supremely confident. So let's talk about this matchup, guys, and how we think it's going to go. Again, Rip, I'll start with you. Some sort of predictions.
Yeah, you know, based on that interview and with Z's reminder about South by Southwest, I think this really could go either way. I feel like NuckleDu will have done his homework at this point, and it looks like he's going to be going there with Guile against Mika. So I feel like it's going to be a very, very close match again.
Unlike South by Southwest, you know, this is going to be a race to 2, and Mika is tremendously performs well in those shorter sets. She can do a lot of crazy stuff, and No, I still like NuckleDu.
You still I
like that
You couldn't bring yourself to root against
because he went with that mustard-colored Guile. I like it. That little color change. He's going for that swagger and that style.
Let's see if we can cut the mustard. What do you think, guys?
So USA versus France.
Look at that complete mustard uniform. Luffy also going for the golden Mika.
Oh, great anti, ready to go. Upside down kick into the combo. NuckleDu off to a great start.
Yeah, NuckleDu always, actually Luffy has found so much success with that. He's gonna do like what's called a tick throw, using a light attack to hit them into block stun, very short, and then right when they get out of block stun, going for a command throw.
Yeah, the mix-up after that block jab is either gonna be the Lady Mika, or the standing mini punch, I should say, or the command grab.
But he was using that so effectively, and I used to think that character unfamiliarity was a big thing, but he also said that he didn't have experience against Urien. And South by Southwest, he had to fight RB back-to-back, lost the first one, and was able to adjust on the fly for the second one. So,
yeah, super
oh,
impressive.
was that a walking crouch from Dude? He's not teabagging anymore. He's just rolling on the ground.
So maybe he's gotten a little bit humbler since South by Southwest.
A moving teabag. He's evolving the taunt. I swear he moved there. Okay, missed. Yeah, a little too far. Didn't go for the hold down for the drop kick, and that's why he missed on the ensuing Peach. A little late on that.
Nice punish, ready for the splash that time. And also ready for the range on that crouching heavy punch.
Luffy going for the splash, trying to bait out a somersault kick, but look at that one right there. It didn't work out for him. NuckleDu using the jet upper low heavy punch instead, and able to recover and sweep just in case he went for the splash.
Yeah, smart choice there by NuckleDu. He recognized he was too close to the corner, just decided to back up. You know what, I need this last pixel, but I'm just gonna back away. Just so that Mika has a harder time turning things around, because Mika, of course, excelling once she has her opponent in the corner.
Luffy, I don't think has any sub-character yet. Been sticking around with Mika ever since Season 1, so they're gonna jump right back in it. Hovers right over that Sonic Boom. Can he navigate over that Boom force field without taking too much damage? Gonna get punished there. That was a super gamble. What are these combos? What?
NuckleDu!
Oh, this looks dangerous. He's gonna stun. This is perhaps one of the only games that Guile can actively stun because he has so much firepower. But he's traditionally known as the turtle character archetype. But
Yeah,
man,
the best
Luffy
zoner
was,
in the game.
Yeah, close to stun on that one.
Yeah, very close, but Luffy was able to escape the corner with that wingless airplane.
Brilliant stuff from NuckleDu to flash kick right out of that Nadeshiko setup. Okay, here, Luffy really has to make it count.
There's a jab and a command grab we talked about a second ago. Let's see what he does for Loki.
Goes over, and that could...
Wow, the back fist.
Double back fist.
Stunner, just to stay in there.
Oh,
jumping
wow,
again?
and was walking back. Was that a backdash?
Reset situation, gets another grab down the
went for
wire.
the back throw. Should have went for the forward throw instead, and now has to
go
go across his entire screen. Is he walking and crouching? The duck walk. And of course, when you do that, you lose your Sonic Boom charge. Oh my goodness, the teabag is evolving. It's going from a Lipton to a Twinings.
Oh boy.
A higher quality of teabag and the Sobot kick.
Yeah, and Luffy has gone to that splash a few times to try to throw off NuckleDu and bait him into an anti-air, but NuckleDu has been prepared for it each time so far. Big jumping again here from Luffy, though. And Luffy not afraid of jumping in his opponents. We've seen it non-stop in this set as well. Here's the counter right on the medium punch.
Good whip into the corner, throwing him against that invisible boxing ring line. And Du has to use his V-trigger to push out with these little baby booms. You can see they're different in size from the regular booms. Good YOLO flash kick.
YOLO indeed. And trying to regain control here. Man, if that was a juggle, that would have been ridiculous.
You can see in this game how strong Guile is. That Sonic Boom
Wow,
was
the
still
charge
on
time.
air, and the flash kick came out. It was very difficult to do that in Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5. That's a common occurrence. The Street Fighter boom still on the screen. The opponent trying to jump over, and of
down
course,
kick.
the Guile trying to just uppercut out of the air.
Great block there on the target combo.
Will they go for another one?
Uh-huh. That jab into the command grab from Luffy again. And he's going to stay alive here.
So after a jump attack, because you have to stand block a jumping attack, Guile is unable to store that charge right there. So you know that a flash kick can't be coming.
Right.
And that's what allowed Luffy to go in for that tick throw.
Yeah, and Du has been pretty good about his anti-air so far. But he just needs one. Oh, the crush counter on the drop kick, and we're in the corner. Du fights out with the wake-up jab. Here comes the
these booms.
mid-screen
He's got these
combo.
loops.
Oh yeah,
Dash,
he's not
dash.
Daigo.
Back fist. All right, just want to push him out.
Yeah, smart stuff, but again, getting caught by the jumping from Luffy.
Makes the elbow safe. Nadeshiko coming in from the back.
And the flash is ready
It's
into
gonna
the
hit.
critical
It was really
arc.
high in the air. Okay, it's gonna land
Oh!
on that vortex. Well, already disconnecting. We got quick disconnects on the Sanwas.
Quicker than Wolfcrone. That was ridiculous.
Actually, there are no Sanwas as these filthy casual pad players. Look at them. There is no joystick as they put their joystick into the... How many converters is that? That's like a Brooks on top of a lagless...
What is that? Is that like a PlayStation 1
We might
controller?
have to get a fire safety marshal out about that sort of thing. You can't chain that stuff together.
That
That's
was a
crazy.
Super Nintendo pad. How far back can they throw it?
Technology is not the same in France, apparently.
Yeah, evidently. So NuckleDo, you know, coming out as we kind of thought he might on top, and it was a fairly comprehensive victory.
Unable to break this defense, and just I love that turnaround. You have to wait for a while. There's no homing device, of course, on these anti-airs. So NuckleDo waited for just a split second for Luffy to jump over, got that cross under somersault kick, but that's so difficult to do. That millisecond that NuckleDo waited is the difference between, you know, a pro player and an amateur player.
And he was just very close to the ground, and NuckleDo ready for the splashes.
Twice, I believe, Luffy tried to surprise NuckleDo with a splash and got punished twice for it, losing 2 of the rounds. So not a very good strategy for him. Although I understand the idea, trying to bait out that somersault kick from afar. NuckleDo not biting.
And there it is again, a jab on block into the command grab or the standing medium punch. And this is the last chance for Luffy here. But instead, he flash kick into the critical art.
Maybe he tried to get over with a cross-up, but came in from the front as he jumped too early, caught the somersault kick, and I was waiting for the longest time into the critical art.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so lots of people enjoying the show so far, get involved in social media. Guile, one of the characters that even I remember from back in the day, and you can see...
Jimmy Butler!
Jimmy Butler actually has a Guile haircut. You can see that, so the
That's
NBA...
stylish.
Yeah, the NBA are getting in on the action here over at ELEAGUE.
Cannot be unseen ever again.
Nope.
It's everything, though. It's not just the haircut, is it? The head shape, you know, the physique. It's everything. That's
Can you imagine if he was just crouching on the court, man? That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. Sonic boom. So look, let's get into the next game, the last in this first block of 4. And it's going to be Chris Tatarian versus Phenom. This is an interesting one for me. Again, I was trying to cram as much information in as I could prior to this, but I'm going to defer to your wisdom. Tell me about Phenom.
Well, Phenom, you know, he's from Norway.
Yeah.
He's a Nikali player, very aggressive play style. You know, he likes to pop that V-trigger early. He has countless of achievements, even though he's relatively young. Of course, I feel like his crowning achievement is just how many dunks he's placed on Daigo's head.
Right.
I mean, I don't think anyone has dunked Daigo as much as Phenom has.
I believe it was 5 command grabs in a row, but if you look at just the arrogance of a young player, maybe he didn't even know who Daigo was. Maybe he was unborn.
He
when
definitely
Daigo
knew who Daigo was.
You don't go up to a legend, right? Like a Michael Jordan of fighting games and do a brazen loop of the command grab 5 times, just that disrespect, but he put his stamp on the map because of that. And as his name implies, he's a young phenom.
Yeah, look, it's like how you had to do it in the Old West, right? The gunslingers had to go out and kill the other big names. It's how you make a name for yourself. Phenom doing that, but then also tell me about his opponent here, Chris Tatarian.
Chris T, actually, I love to support him because he's actually busy with school. So every time I try to get him to a tournament, he's always studying. He's like, no, I got to do a midterm. He also is involved in his fraternity, so still involved with that collegiate lifestyle. And when other people are going to, like, you know, I don't know what, the drinking parties, he's actually practicing Street Fighter, so he's living that lifestyle.
I'm sure he gets to a drinking party.
I'm pretty sure he does as well.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
A really good kid.
There, look, chug.
There's a T in that.
Sure.
Look, the guys are getting ready, apparently. You can see he's had his G Fuel. He's getting all pumped up. So I'm going to get you predictions for this one then. Is the Phenom going to carry on making a name for himself?
Man, you know, I'm from Southern California. Chris Tatarian is also from Southern California. He's kind of the local champion out there. You know, I feel like even though he's had some success at other bigger tournaments, he really hasn't put his stamp out there on the international community. So this, I think, is a really great opportunity for him to start doing that here at ELEAGUE. So I'm going to go for Chris Tatarian in this match.
Okay, Chris Tatarian.
I like Phenom nom nom. He's going to eat up Chris Tatarian once this match.
You've forgiven him for what he did to Daigo?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Right.
He made a god seem like a mortal. I can't believe the disrespect. Still very vivid in my mind.
But here we go. Phenom and Chris Tatarian battle of the youngins. Nikali and Ken. Finland versus US. And of course, Nikali going to be using those ground pounds to put up that V-trigger. See the walk down now with the standing medium kick.
remember Phenom saying that his main character was Dictator, and now it just seems like he's exclusively going with Necalli. Haven't seen his Dictator in a long while now.
Yeah, I mean, he started with Dictator back in Street Fighter 4, back in 09. But Christie with the neutral jump, and we're in the corner. This is where Ken excels as well. Goofy out of there, though. And man, that heavy kick is -4. The light kick punch is just out of range for Chris there.
Yeah, just because you have the frame advantage doesn't mean you can punish. You need to be within range. Christie going to push out, going for the most corner carry.
No anti-air from Chris. And stomps on him. And man, Phenom, once he's in that V-trigger, you'll see a lot of crouching medium punch and a stomp. A lot of crouching medium kick and a stomp. Of course, crouching medium punch, the better option though. And Phenom going to start the second round with all of his meter intact.
Playing the neutral game. Necalli always wants to build up as much V-gauge from the ground pound so they can activate one of the few characters that for some reason has the V-trigger activation on for the duration of the entire match. It does not dissipate at all.
Right, and that can also be seen as a negative because he loses his ability to V-reversal once he activates that V-trigger.
Sneeze, which we'll see. It doesn't look like Christie is going to do it. There's the activation. Yeah,
on reaction.
Well, the activations pauses the screen for a few seconds, so to allow that fireball to stay in that middle of the screen with his hands outward extended. He was trapped in the fireball activation.
Oh, that was one.
Only dunked him once.
Here comes the trigger. That's unsafe, but wow. Still in there. No anti-airs from Chris T. That seems to be the story right now. Chris T giving Phenom a lot of free jumping attempts.
Wow,
my
trying to go for a
goodness.
tick throw. Great response from Chris T. You saw him go for that light jab. Thought he had another dunk on him, but Chris T just uppercutting his way out.
Step kick is blocked. 17 seconds. Time becoming a factor here. And right now, it looks like Phenom just took the life lead.
Ooh, trying to meet him in the...
What an uppercut!
Yeah, that was only glancing. And
the
thunder
overhead.
kick.
Ooh. Thunder kick for Christitarian. 8 seconds to go. Ties it up. Here in
Thunder
the first
kick.
game.
Oh.
I feel like people nowadays don't even know what Thundercats are anymore. You know, they're so young.
Thundercat is
Like these
what
two guys on stage, they probably never even heard of Thundercat.
Phenom's Necalli looks like a Thundercat when he activates with that crazy hair.
And Chris T with the hit confirm off that target combo.
Another Bigfoot into the stomps. Went for the air reset. I was curious.
Yeah, and Chris actually recognized.
What? They didn't patch that out? What are these anti-air jabs?
Only for Necalli.
A 3-frame anti-air jab. Think about that.
The big jump in, man, and Phenom's jump ins getting him so
good.
much mileage.
He just doesn't care.
Yeah, and you know, Chris T, he hasn't really stopped them. The first game there for Phenom. Chris T, you know, he didn't look terrible in there, but he's letting Phenom in way too easily and giving him too much screen control. You're seeing a lot of the heavy kicks from Phenom just getting blocked. A lot of the early ground pounds, building that V-trigger early, that Chris T's basically letting happen. He's not challenging with neutral jumps or jumping at Phenom as well.
Fight.
So here we go into game 2 now. There's an anti-air. There we go. Christie's starting to wake up now. This is his first match of the day, maybe.
A lot of options for Ken to anti-air. He has that medium kick, also has the lower medium punch, of course, to go for the standard Shoryuken, but that medium kick allows him to run underneath and cancel into the V-skill to go for a 50-50 upon landing.
And there Christie had to jump out for a second, but Phenom throwing him right back in the corner. Wake up Tatsu, 3 frames. Hello. And again, no anti-air from Chris.
Oh, good jump in. A little too far.
Big roundhouse pops the trigger. Thunder. No conversion.
He's standing? Is that why they missed the conversion? Interesting. After that thunder kick, you can, of course, cancel the Tatsu if it's a crouching opponent. Not sure what happened there. It was a late cancel. Of course, Phenom smiling in your upper left corner. He knows he got out of a sticky situation.
And just like that, it's going to be set point for Phenom. Both players sitting on full meter. Christie with the
there you go. That's another move in the anti-air repertoire of Ken. Able, again, that one too, also able to cancel into the run.
that crouching fierce. And man, Phenom just walking Chris backward into that corner. Yeah, but he spends the V-Mare at least, gets the V-reversal, gets some damage off it. And again, charge combo paying off for Chris T. Thunder kick blocked this time.
Good block, but of course he's safe. So the trade-off is that it's an extremely long windup. He walks halfway across the screen in order to do that overhead kick. But once you land it, you can either get a clean combo or block. You're relatively safe.
And there's the uppercut anti-air.
He's used every anti-air, but of course Phenom just needs one button to anti-air.
That's gonna do it. Phenom with the critical art over Chris Tatarian.
It's a hole in his heart.
2-0. Ouch.
Yeah, what can you say about that one? Just a ridiculously easy victory there for Phenom. And, you know, made your boy Chris T look a bit ordinary there, Rip.
He definitely did. I mean, it looked like he wasn't awake yet. It looked like he wasn't awake yet. It looked like he started waking up, honestly, in that final round. You know, when he got the anti-air and the uppercut, with the uppercut, I should say. And I was like, all right, cool, he's in here now. And then, you know, one anti-air jab, and next thing you know, critical art, it's over.
What did you make of him, Z?
We talk about how this game is getting younger and younger. In Street Fighter 4, a lot of the veterans were dominating the scene, but now, you know, the Chris T's, the Phenoms of the world are making a mark.
And the
no better
Knuckle
example than Knuckle Dew, you know, winning Capcom Cup. So Phenom has an incredibly bright future ahead of him. He plays like super sassy, I feel like, and that's that type of disregard for the old guard that you need in order to dunk a person, a legend like Daigo himself 5 times in a row.
And they saw the jump in, of course, lead to the offense there by Phenom to get him that first round. Here comes the trigger into critical art.
Yeah, he froze the screen with the trigger activated, and of course Ken is still frozen too in that fireball animation, and the critical art passes right through that and goes for a damaging combo. So that's the reward you get, but of course it's always a difficult task, and there's that thunder kick. Again, takes about 3 steps in. Once you see him walking, sure to be holding up. But of course he can do a feint, the mochi, Alamo mochi, and go for a low, but that's very rare.
Yeah, very rare. You have to first, you know, establish that you're willing to do the overhead, which Christie was doing. You know, if that went to a 3rd game, perhaps he would have brought out the fake. But here it wasn't looking so good for Chris T.
But he was so on point with his anti-airs, it just so happened that Phenom had access to an even easier anti-air with the standing jab, put a hole in his heart for that victory. Already standing up before the animation was done.
And, you know, that's one of the reasons that anti-air jabs is so good, because as you saw there, he got the dash under, mixed up Christie's defense, and then went straight into the critical art combo.
All right, well, as always, great working you here at the start of the day, but we must go to a commercial break. We are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to get into Game 5, which is going to be Shanghai versus LPN. Make sure you join us.
looking good for Shanghai, that's for sure.
Ooh,
wow, what timing?
A dash with punish.
No, that could be the round.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome back to the G Fuel E-League Arena. We have swapped up the talent. We have got the baby face and the baby height. It is Tasty Steve and Pasty Steve.
Oh man, you gonna let that one fly, Steve?
I'm sorry, Doug. Doug, you're bigger than me.
That's cool.
Don't
I'm in
do
this
it.
high mind
Anyway,
time.
look, everyone's going in on everyone, especially on social media. You can see there it is. Come on and slam, and welcome to Say Jam. There he is. So we're all having fun and games. That's the angriest laugh I've ever heard. I'm gonna get you. That's all he's thinking about.
That's definitely
anyway,
what I'm
let's
thinking.
have a look.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm
Let's
thinking.
have a look at the 4 games that we just had, and I'm sure you can remember that far back, but if you are just joining us, LPN took out Ryan Hart there. Shanghai beat Li Joe. Knuckle Doo beat Luffy, and then Phenom maximum disrespect on Chris Tatarian in a very quick victory. That makes the standings look like this. Incidental so early on. The 1s and the 0s separating themselves from the 0s and 1s like binary code. And these are the next 4 matches that we've got. There's some crackers in this, starting, of course, with Shanghai versus LPN. Knuckle Doo will take on Ryan Hart. Chris Tatarian will take on Li Joe. And Luffy will take on LPN. Right then, gentlemen, let's do it. LPN, Shanghai. This is going to be an interesting one.
Well, I honestly think that a lot of people are sleeping on LPN.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think they understand just how good or squirrely LPN comes when it involves Street Fighter V. I'm looking at him to make a lot of surprise plays today, and I think that includes this match.
Tasty.
Well, all right. You got me there. I mean, I feel like a lot of people were underrating him too, especially going to that Reinhardt match. I think a lot of people thought that Reinhardt was going to take it pretty easily, but yeah, LPN has looked good. I really like that he switched back to Bison.
Oh yeah,
that's who he played at the very start of the game, and I think that character just fits his style because you can play like maximum disrespect mode, and the cool movement options he has means that LPN doesn't just have to stand around, and he's not going to stand around. He doesn't want to stand around.
I feel like he throws a lot of people off with his movement and just play in general. He reminds me of Ata a little bit in that aspect because he has that aspect about him. He knows how to test the line and see where you are before he makes a decisive move, and that makes him play so much more tremendously than most.
But Z is telling me Shanghai is like a genuine contender. I mean, he's done this every day.
Shanghai is too good. I'm not taking anything away from Shanghai, but I feel like Shanghai is already there. I think I need to start saying this. Shanghai is definitely somebody I feel like that can beat anybody at this point. However, it's still one of those things you have to put to other players too. I feel like a lot of times we look at one player so much that we instantly discredit them. You know, so I feel like it goes without saying for Shanghai, but LPN is here for a reason, and I know he can upset.
All right. Well, we're going to find out how LPN was feeling. We did an interview with him earlier today.
LPN, your first match, you took out Ryan Hart. How you feeling after that one, man?
Feeling pretty good. Kind of got the nerves out of the way. You know, like the first match up there, everybody's been telling me that it's really cold up there and just be careful. And I felt like, I managed really well. So I'm looking forward to my next match.
Cool. So, a lot of people know you as being the guy who plays a multitude of characters. I first saw you playing Birdie. You had a nasty Birdie. And you brought out M. Bison in that first match. Any other characters we should look out for you playing?
You're probably going to see about 2 or 3 more characters. I can't tell you who it is now. You're just going to have to wait.
Right. It's all about the matchup, right?
Yes, exactly. It's all about the player matchup and the character matchups.
All right. So your next match is up against Zhao Hai. How are you going to approach that one?
Shanghai, I played against him at EVO. He knocked me out. He eliminated me. It was section 2-1. I was playing Birdie back then, so it was really close, but this time I got a little something different for him.
All right. Well, I'm going to be watching out for that blow-up. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Is it fair to say that LPN's the most versatile fighter in this group?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of characters, for sure. He's going to switch around quite a bit. Like, everybody knows that Do plays 2 characters, but LPN, he plays whoever. Like, I feel like he's just sitting there before a match, and he just, like, spins the stick in a circle and hits select, and that's it.
Changes character like he changes underwear, man. He does it all the time.
Probably not as often as he should. But, yeah, I mean...
It turns out it's good advice, everyone at home. Do it regularly. Definitely do that. Well, look, we need to get some predictions, so I'll start with you, Tasty. You'll have a good prediction.
LPN for the upset.
Ooh, delicious. Go on.
I'm going with Shanghai. Yeah, I feel like he is.
No.
So look, this is what I think about Shanghai. On one day, he is one of the best players on the world, and then the next day, he just, you know, bad things happen. Oh, he's going with Colleen. What the heck? All right. So when he said he had a surprise, I wasn't ready for this, but it looks like we're going to get in.
Something different. It looks like we're about to get into something crazy right now.
I mean, Z talked about it earlier, but LPN, an early adapter up north to a lot of the things that are coming out for Street Fighter. You know, this man's getting his hands on it. And Colleen is an interesting character. She's brand new to the game, brand new character to the Street Fighter universe. And I wonder if Xiaohai is, you know, ready for this character.
I mean, I feel like there's not many people that are ready for this character, but the fact that LPN is the person nice, standing, light kick to go right in the hands, that he's the one pulling this character out, it makes a lot of sense, and I'm gonna love to see what he brings tech-wise with this character.
Yeah, Parry Monster. This character has counters that, you know, you have to guess what your opponent's gonna do and you can counter them. Okay, back throw. She also has hail that she sets up on the screen. That's very good. So, and some really funky movement options that you haven't seen too much of yet, but yeah, she's a really oddball character, and I think with how Xiaohai played against Urian, where he looked kind of unsure, that might be an issue against this character as well.
I just like the fact that she's a different character introduced to the Street Fighter universe, and she has these new abilities that are unfamiliar to a lot. So it means you're going to have to explore this character, and I feel like that's a great character for LPN to start off with.
Oh, 100%.
Right
but
now.
Look at Xiaohai go. Like, the way he's approaching this, you can tell he doesn't exactly know 100% the matchup. He's just kind of like, all right, well, I'm going to sit here and play my normal game plan, right? Okay, there's a punish, and I wonder if he's going to figure out that that is punishable. That's the V skill where she swipes her head forward like that.
And she has like counters as well. Kind of stops your wake-up options, especially if you like to hit those buttons a lot. Having that reversal definitely changes the aspect of getting that knockdown, keeping that pressure going, because you have to be aware of what she's doing. And like you said before, that having that projectile that gives her an extra meaty set. Oh, nice standing roundhouse right there. Gives her a nice wake-up options. There's that V trigger.
Yeah, sets out the ice, but doesn't do too much out of it.
I like the patience, though. I feel like LPN is making sure he wants to... Oh, nice. There's that reversal that I was talking about before. And look at the damage on that.
Yeah, it's huge damage. She gets the hail set up afterwards, too. Dash up for the pressure. He still has one use of that V-trigger left. Oh, what side? In the front.
Same side.
Oh,
nice.
But missed the hands. No punish. He doesn't know. And this should be stun. And it should be the round if LPN can close it out. Excellent work. Yeah, nice. So I feel like Xiaohai, there's some stuff here you can definitely tell that he's like, maybe, I don't know. Like, it's a little bit off, right?
Yeah, you can see that, you know, this is an inquisitive match. He's not 100% sure what's happening, but he's going to play the safe game, which is actually pretty smart. Not taking too many risks, not trying to control too much of that neutral. It's like he's not sure. What a shimmy right there. And his first match is looking pretty good for Xiaohai.
That was that throw bait that Rip was talking about when he was getting technical. So there you go. And that is that. So a surprise from LPN, but, you know, you can knock the L and the N off of that name.
All right, here we go. Now, will we see a character switch?
I don't know. He gave him a thumbs up. We'll see if that's the character he chooses to stay with.
Oh,
yeah. LPN's not about it. Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I think that was kind of a surprise pick. And, you know, I feel like when we were first watching Xiaohai a little bit earlier in the room, you and I were talking about it, and we were saying that he doesn't look as on point. The first game, I feel like he looked a little shaky against Joe. I think Joe caught him off guard, but he looks much better now. I feel like when you look at him play this game, the second set here, he looks super on point. I think Joe forced him to kind of wake up and play his game, and because of that, now he is ready for everybody else. So to me, like, you know, I kind of felt like coming into this pool, Xiaohai could be first, or he could just be somewhere in the middle. But because of the way he's playing now, I expect that he'll probably finish at the top of this group. He's looking pretty good here.
Yeah, I mean, you see that he's going for a character switch right now, which I don't blame him. But we said this before. He has a lot of characters that he can pull out just to keep people on their toes.
Right.
And I feel like LPN is definitely one of those players that can take advantage of that unfamiliarity character variety. He knows that, oh, well, we're going to come in, you're going to play Urian, you're going to play Ian Bison.
Right.
You don't know if I'm going to play Colleen. You don't know if I'm going to play Birdie still. You know,
exactly.
You don't know if I'm going to pull out Alex. So
you never know.
But
he
I
has
feel
a lot
like
of those characters.
He's definitely one of the players that I look at because I feel like he's playing Street Fighter V correctly right now. He's on the learning curve, but now, so when these new characters do come in, he'll have more than enough knowledge to make those changes to those old characters and still pick up the new ones.
Right, we just saw Xiaohai throw down against Joe, right? But a very different style of Urian. Okay, so you see after that tackle, a lot of the times Urian is not as advantaged as people think. So when they go for those headbutts or those multiple things, that you can actually just jab him out of it. And Xiaohai, you see the little check with the standing jab.
Nice crouching strong. Nice retaliation right there with that crouching fierce. Does not spin the rest of that trigger. And there you go, that footsie, that control. He wants that neutral game to be in full control. Xiao Hai getting his wits about him right now. Like we said before, we knew Xiao Hai was not playing at 100% that first game versus Joe, but you can see it slowly picking up steam. Nice anti-air jab out of that dive kick, and there's the trigger. Oh, nice. There's that mirror to get out of there.
Yeah, you see him take that time behind the mirror to activate his V skill. That gives him armor on his special moves. So, you know, he's going to have this to move around in the screen here. Okay, the Fierce doesn't set out second mirror, and Xiao Hai punished second mirror activation earlier with Drill.
Ooh,
okay.
The crouch counter, dash in, crouch Fierce.
Yeah, you don't get a mirror set up off of that or anything. Just takes the normal combo. And LPN just playing it nice and slow. I like the way he's using throw in the neutral to make it look like he's doing something. Oh, got confirmed. And the back throw, he could set out mirror here. Oh, the double down short Xiao Hai with the wake up button, and he had a little, kind of a little chin wag there. He was like, all right.
He probably thought he was going to do close mirror. He was prepping for a critical art. So him doing short on wake up instead of not reacting to mirror kind of surprised him. All right, here we go.
Oh, clipped, counter hit confirm. One more for stun. Yeah, gets opened up. Xiao Hai cleaning this round up. Does not choose to spend all 3 bars, just goes for 1.
Really smart. He is down around. He's going to need this if he wants to close out the set.
Man, wake up. EX headbutt from LPN was such a deficit. Spending those resources pretty risky. He built a little bit of it back while getting pummeled at the end there, but Xiao Hai looking to close this out 2-0. Looking pretty impressive today. I feel like you never know which Xiao Hai is going to show up. But today, this Xiao Hai looks like he's going to do it.
He's getting there. He's 100% getting there. He's crouch strong again. Nice back dash. There's a jab. He does not want to deal with that dive kick pressure, obviously. Nice check again.
Yeah, you got to keep Urian honest after that EX tackle. Okay, flipped out of the air. Not going to be able to get behind, yeah. The height just wasn't quite right for her to be able to dash under. And LPN, you can see he's playing a little closer now than he was before, right? Okay, there's the anti-air.
LPN definitely needs this round if he wants to stay alive. Xiao Hai on set point.
Oh, goes with the knee drop and actually caught him. Counter hit, but nothing to confirm it into. And Xiao Hai in a pretty good position here.
Nice, no buttons after those EX knees. He is push. You got to be careful.
And LPN with a big lead.
And this is where you want to calm down. You don't want to overextend.
Oh man, I can't believe he dashed in.
What are you doing?
That's a punish.
And not going to kill. But I can tell you right now, you might be kicking yourself.
Yeah, that tackle was so aggressive from LPN. And I got to imagine he just wants the mirror out. He's got to tackle into it, right? Wait, what if Xiao Hai? Oh, man. Good blocks. The overhead.
The overhead gets that chance. Now, this is definitely going to keep him alive. He's going to have to ride this out. Xiao Hai's probably not going to switch characters. But this is something you're going to look at. You have to think about that unfamiliarity is kicking in again, and LPN gets comfortable. When he knows that you can't deal, he gets comfortable.
Yeah, that is definitely his strength, I think. You know, he's one of those players that, you know, he has all these characters, and you can see why having all these characters is important, right? He tested out with the Colleen. He said, do you know this matchup or not? And he tried to see as much of it as he could. But, you know, now that didn't work out, he went to the Urian pick, and I think Xiao Hai looks a little uncomfortable against Urian. So, you know, I think this is a good choice.
All right, here we go.
That character knowledge is a big issue. You see that him whiffing those stand throws, LPN? He's just doing that to make Xiao Hai move. He's just trying to throw off his reactions.
Oh, nice air to air with that jump roundhouse. Another check with the crouch strong. Not too nice. Gets that tick throw. Nice jump back just to get out of range. But now he has himself in the corner. Nice jump out by the LPN.
Just wake up forward jump to get out of the corner. Fireball's gonna land. And now he's so close to building this V-trigger. And that Aegis is one of the best comeback factors in the entire game.
He needs to be careful shooting those fireballs at that range. Xiao Hai does have meter.
He's throwing him off with all those whiff throws. Okay, activate. It's out of the air, though. Oh. Got him. This is going to be mirror combo. Side switch. Oh, he stayed in front, and he kept it slightly safe, but not quite. Still has one more mirror available.
Oh, wow. I can't believe he just dashed up and hit
Fierce.
Just like an animal. This is why he doesn't have any friends, right? That's right there.
I told you, man. I got to break it down for you, you know. I tried to explain to you, Steve.
Right,
he's a cheater.
30 seconds left on the clock. That V-trigger running out. I like Xiao Hai's patience. He does not want to deal with that mix-up regardless of what character you are.
Yeah, if that mirror hits, he's dead.
Oh!
No cancel.
Oh my god.
Okay, does not send out the mirror. It is unsafe off of that. Oh, he tried to down Fierce the jump back. A little lead for Xiao Hai. The mirror! I cannot believe he knew when that mirror was going to disappear like that. Did he know?
There's no way he knew that. That was a complete gamble. I mean, Zhao Hai's good, but come on, man.
Is he that good? I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it.
You planted the seed already?
Yeah, he's got me. So there's the back throw for LPN. It's a lot of damage on Cammy. Yeah, dash forward after throw from Urian is not real. You're not advantaged there or anything. Anti-air jab.
Oh, nice dash up.
And you see Xiaohai constantly checking him with those down jabs. Oh, yeah. Whiff the headbutt, got counter hit afterwards. Oh, bad news. It's going to be stun. Target combo, upper, critical art.
And that should be it. That 1025 is not going to save you. No change left over.
Yeah, I was going to say,
yeah,
I think that he is dead for sure, yeah. That was a little close at the end there, and Xiaohai, he's going to move on with the W over LPN, but it was definitely close.
Yeah, there was a bit of a back and forth there. A nice adaptation from Xiaohai. In the end, showed his kind of metal. How was he able to sort of overcome that? Because I can understand how difficult it's going to be when you're playing against an opponent that can just switch characters upon you at any given time.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big issue, right? Is like you're sitting there. It's hard to prepare for LPN in general. Like, I don't know how much he is prepared for, a lot of the players in this group, like what he's looking at. But yeah, he's such a hard guy to prepare for because no matter what character he plays, he has his own style.
He's always working on his own tech. He's always working on a new character. He's always working to have something there. But once again, this round-robin format is definitely going to help him out, considering he's not out yet.
Yeah.
Second game in, he's 1-1 now, I believe.
Yeah.
So he still has a little room to wiggle.
Yeah, and that puts Xiaohai up at 2-0. And like we said, Xiaohai is nothing if not inconsistent. Like, you know, there was periods where last year he was talked about as like the strongest player, right? Where we thought like, man, this might be the best player to ever do it. And then now we're just like, I don't know. You know, he kind of falls off. So he's kind of hot or cold. But either way.
Hot or cold with Colleen, got it.
You know.
But you can see that, once again, those character switches do mean a lot. And I said before that I feel like LPN is one of the Street Fighter players now who is actually playing for the long game. He's learning these characters now so he can apply it now, so it's easier for him to get that knowledge later.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's what you got to go for with a pick like Colleen, right? A newer character, so not everybody is quite as familiar, you know? So a lot of people are still trying to figure it out.
I don't blame the test. I mean, I really don't. But you see Xiaohai, like I said, he's warming up. I feel like if you really want to stop Xiaohai from being one of those favorites to get out, you're going to have to do it now while he's still warming up. And you see he's getting more and more familiar with this. And I feel like we very rarely get a chance to see Xiaohai play through a bracket or a tournament where he just goes through everybody, where he has to go through everybody. And I think tournaments like this actually make him a better player, just Xiaohai in general.
Oh, I totally agree. Like, the more time he has to continue playing and kind of getting warmed up, his hit confirms get better, reactions. He's one of those dudes that the longer the day is, the more it starts to wear on him, you know? And that's something you definitely have to be concerned about. But yeah, he's playing really well so far.
Nice pickup right there. And LPN was doing a great job at first. I just felt like he kind of got out.
He was so tense. He tried to read that jump back. If he had done like dash forward up fireball, he would have been a genius. Like, that would have been the craziest thing ever. And yeah, this is that stun at the end. You know, despite that extra life that Urian has, that's going to be enough. You see that even LPN knew at that point. He kind of shook his head like, well, that'll do it.
You can't help but think maybe that Colleen pick was probably not the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, I feel like if he would have stuck it out with Urian from the start, he probably would have had a better chance.
Yeah, it probably would have worked out in his favor.
Right, so here's the next game. Interesting one. In an interview, Ryan Hart said he was looking forward to taking on Knuckle Do.
Okay.
Right, that's what's up next. Here's the question. Is the Brit who loves tea about to get tea-bagged?
Oh, wow.
Man.
Just depends on his bottle. If he's got enough bottle, I believe he'll be okay.
Yeah, I can't believe he's making up terms over there, right? He's trying to throw you off.
He's trying to throw me off, man.
This is legit how British people speak. I mean, we're a crazy bunch.
His accent is getting thicker
You should see him
and thicker.
backstage. He's got a normal accent. It's like an American
talking about cheeseburgers, credit card, and the whole nine. He's really good.
Definitely all about a cheeseburger.
100%. Backstage is a normal guy. He comes out here and he starts warming up the vocal cords. You know, that's why bottle. He's practicing back here. But yeah, I mean, in this match, to be honest, I feel like Ryan Hart excels against classic characters.
Yes.
Those are the characters that he fights the best. Like, any traditional matchup is where I feel like he is really strong. I'm curious to see what character he plays against Knuckle Do. I have a feeling he might try Ken. Because that's who he played earlier today. You know, he switched from the Urian to the Ken. But yeah, I was talking to him and he said that, you know, he's been a little busy. He hasn't had a lot of time to play Season 2. And that's kind of Ryan. He's a really busy guy. He's got a lot going on in his life. But he's one of those players that no matter what is happening, his just like basic understanding of fighting games is so good that he can beat anybody.
His fighting game fundamentals, like to me, Ryan Hart is a legend. Like I've been following
100%.
Ryan Hart since I've moved to the West Coast. I know him from Tekken, I know him from Street Fighter, I know him from Virtua Fighter. Guys like an Evo finalist on multiple levels for multiple games. So you can't shortchange him. But on the same note, like you said, that's definitely going to play a note. If he's not able to play the game as much as he needs to, especially to play in an invitational with some of the best players in the world, that's definitely going to be noticeable, especially by these guys.
And I can tell straight away that, you know, Knuckle do, on a competitive level at least, he just doesn't respect any opponent. He's going to get on the server and just clown.
He's just going to go ham. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't assume that everybody is that good. You have to play the game right there on the line to earn respect and show them that you don't respect them. It's an earning game, and that's what I really like about fighting games.
So all things said, I mean, Knuckle Doo's the hot favorite for this one then. Right?
Knuckle Doo is definitely the favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
And
so no one's going to throw the Ryan Hart Hail Mary prediction?
Look, no. That's why you're here, right? We don't have to do it. You're right here. Come on, Richard. Jesus.
I'm not even going to do that one. So
as much as
Ryan's on his own up there.
Yeah, as much as I like Ryan, I feel like the way he played in that Luffy set, which was so close to South by Southwest, today he's playing super clean. I think he's going to take it. I think this is likely, you know, his game to get.
Right, do you think?
Let's go. Yeah, it's going to take more than a spot of tea to get him out of this one. I can tell you that right now. Was that good, Richard? No? No?
That was better than Z's.
Well, here we go into the match. Yeah, it does go with the Ken pick. That's what I expected. Urian versus Guile, not really the best match for Urian. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not amazing.
You've talked about this Guile matchup is actually pretty hard for you, boy. Oh, my God.
Big damage output on that. And that's a misinput. He definitely didn't mean to do an uppercut like that. You see him punish the run. The very first run, flash kick.
Yo,
so close to stun.
Sharp these days.
And, you know, Ryan plays Guile himself, so this is a character he should know. Does he get it? Does he get it? Oh, just the combo. All right. So Knuckle Doo shows some respect for the old man.
Showing some respect for the elders. I don't blame him.
Yeah, that's a good choice. All right. He's a fan of Ryan Hart, maybe. And he's been playing since before Doo was a thing. A jump at the start.
An actual thing, like a glimmer in his mom's eye. Here we go.
Yeah, before he got that esports candy belly that we saw earlier. But he's got to watch out, man. The sweets are getting to him.
Yeah, and I definitely feel like Ken is a character for Ryan Hart. Uh-oh, here's this activation on trigger right here.
We'll see what the follow-up is at the end of this. Oh, you see he just wants the positioning. 2 booms.
The baby booms.
Oh, the walk, the little micro walk there, the duck walk. And I feel like Doo is one of the only people that uses that.
Oh, yeah, of course. And I always, oh, my God, just punched him when he was turning up the trigger. And I feel like he uses it so well, only, like, because he uses it so seldom.
That range right there is the perfect range. If you ever want to look at the range for Guile to throw booms against a Shoto, that's the range. There's almost nothing you can do about it. It's like the fireball trap, right? You just throw boom after boom after boom after boom, and if they ever jump, it's flash kick.
Yeah, the thing is, when Guile activates trigger, there's really not too many situations where you shouldn't throw booms. Maybe to avoid a jump in, you don't want to get that jump in, but there's definitely a lot of situations where he's in good position to throw booms, especially with trigger active.
And the scary part, he's got corner positioning now. The meaty.
No.
Big combo damage on this.
Nice V reversal.
And this corner pressure, man.
I like that pause just to see what either one of them was going to do. That's a sign of 2 good players right there.
Yeah, just a check, right? Just to see. What are you going to do in this position here?
Ooh, falls into the boom.
Yeah, slow boom out. And that's what makes Guile so dangerous, right? Not a quick rise. He does quick rise. So because of that, the
right under the chin.
Man, that was the most American upward ballistic missile Patriot punch I have ever seen.
He came from the bottom with that one, man. Almost like he built a wall. That was crazy.
The 1776 upper. Man, that was brutal. No auto-correct flash kick, and he gets crushed. It was a regular British punch. It wasn't. Man, the pressure from Ryan Hart. Oh, flash kick.
And the thing is about, look at the crouching fears again. You can't, man, at least he's learning. He hasn't ate the flash kick yet.
Been very scrappy so far, but this is going to be big combo damage. Do 1 hit from stun. 1 more will do it.
Overhead. Ooh, nice block.
Ryan woke up low forward. Jeez. That is the bravery of Ryan Hart. A man who's been doing this for so long. Oh, no flash kick?
Finds the hit.
Huge damage.
That takes a lot of metal right there, man. You can't just wake up low forward, activate. Come on, man.
That was definitely standing light kick super from Doo. He missed it twice. Oh, big back fear. Spends some bars, so he can't chip out anymore. 2 bars. Oh, the throw, and what attack from Ryan. 1 hit will do it for Doo. The lows and the jab.
Oh, man, I always forgot. Yesterday I was looking at Knuckle Doo play, and it turns out like he plays pad, but when he plays pad, he uses analog for Guile and D-pad for Armika.
Right.
And that helps him a lot in this matchup. Like, it's so good because, oh wow, no anti-air from Knuckle Do right there, and now you see Ryan getting in there.
Yeah, this is where Ryan works. This is definitely a winnable game for Ryan Hart. You can see he's starting to make those super hard reads, not only on the jumps, but the uppercuts, wake-up buttons, the sweeps that he's going for against Guile. Like, he really is playing this Shoto style. And you see that range right there. You can't jump over that, but you want Guile to throw the heavy booms as a Shoto. If he's throwing light booms, then that's a bad time, right? Overhead, miss.
Drops the combo.
But no B trigger activation. Do is dropping a couple things here. Meaty V skill and the combo off of it.
That was actually really good. Oh, dash under. Nice block on the overhead right there.
Oh, stuffed him. And this is it. One guess, and Ryan Hart will take it. He's got to be careful. The patience.
Nice dash up right there. EX Fireball. He's still in there.
Oh
Flash
my gosh. Did he just whiff punish a low forward with flash kick?
No, that's impossible.
Come on, man. That was the craziest thing. There's no way he did that on purpose, right?
There's no way he did that on purpose.
You've been saying that a lot
He's
today.
been
There's
saying
no
that
way
a
they're
lot
doing
today.
this on purpose.
It's disbelief.
That
I
is
like that.
That's so crazy. And maybe he thought it was low forward fireball or something. I don't know what it is. I have to ask him because that was the craziest thing.
Yeah, that was
punishing a crouching medium kick with a flash kick.
That was pretty slick. I can't be like I was like, oh, whoa, okay.
That's absurd.
All right.
Yeah, right smile from Ryan Hart there. You know, he kind of knows what happened, I think. But, you know, good sport, took it well, and Knuckle Do again, just looking great here in this group.
Just punched him up. And like I said before, like Ryan Hart.
Look at this range, by the way. That range, you're stuck.
Definitely not completely out of his element. You saw the you saw the answers that he had available, and sometimes, oh my God, the fact that he was able to stop Ryan at most of the turns, but it did put Ryan out of the game. Finding like this EX Tactile come in, he had a nice little run.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like at the end of that, he was starting to fall into his groove. And this is not an easy match for Ken, but I feel like he played it so well. How does he do this, by the way? This whip punish that's about to happen right here?
Oh my God. No.
That's like the 20-year-old man.
Look at Knuckle Do's face,
look at
though.
that in the background. Oh! And look,
even Zhao Hai didn't believe. He's like, did he just whip punish a crouch short?
That is the reaction god. Like, everybody talks about Zhao Hai as having the best reactions in the world, and he was like, bruh.
But did you see Knuckle Do's face when he did it, though? He might have meant that, you know? He did look surprised.
Yeah, I mean...
That's the beauty of it right there. That's the beauty of it, you know?
Top player strats is doing something, and even if you didn't mean it, you're like,
I'm holding it.
That was pretty sick.
Think about that on your way back to the dressing room. I definitely meant to do that.
All right, well, look, obviously some great matches. More to come. We're going to take a short commercial break. In that break, I'm going to help Tasty Steve with his British accent. Yeah. And we'll also have Chris Tatarian after the break.
jump in from Joe is huge. The crush counter is going to be a lot of damage. Baited the throw. It's going to be critical art. He got it just at the end, and ELEAGUE Joe takes it.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in the G Fuel E-League Arena. And again, we know you're watching because we see your social media output. Turns out Sajam getting lots of fans. You can see he's down the barbershop there.
With Alex? Yeah, you know, the Hoop Squad on Twitter is a bunch of degenerate meme makers, of course.
They're pretty active.
I reckon this is just Z on multiple accounts. That's what I think's going on. But anyway, look, we've got games to talk about, so let's get into it. So it's going to be Chris Tatarian versus ELEAGUE Joe.
Yeah, an important one because they both lost their first match. So it's going to be like the battle of trying not to go 0-2 in the start of this bracket, which is so important. Like we talked about how the top half of this, like, is a little predictable about who might be at the top, but the bottom of this is going to be a mad scramble. So I feel like for both of them, this is a really important set.
Yeah, that's 100% true. I mean, we look at players like Chris T, who's done really well for the most part in tournaments, especially Season 1. Not having the best results in Season 2, but I feel like that's something because we know he's coming into his own. He's still learning that character. He's still trying to understand it. Not in a crisis, but he wants to understand that character, so I appreciate him sticking tried and true to said character.
Yeah, this is for sure an important set. And I think that, you know, probably the winner of this set has a better chance to move on in the group because, you know, there's not any easy sets in this group, and so it's going to be tough the whole way. So both of them, you know, are going to want to get this and try to avoid going 0-2, get that nice W on the board.
And is Long Island Joe kind of an outsider to get through? I mean, nobody's really thrown that possibility out there that he could be going straight to TV.
So the thing about it is ELEAGUE Joe has already done the legwork. He's been in this community for a long time, so you know he has the attitude, he has the gameplay, he has the experience to do it. It's just all about what that opposition is going to let him do. If you let Joe play and he gets his game off, he's definitely going to beat you. But that's where the opposition comes in. This is a fighting game. You can't let him do that, and that's where the conflict lies.
Well, everyone says how nice ELEAGUE Joe is, and he is quite a humble guy. We had an interview with him earlier today. Let's see how he's feeling.
Joe, my man, so many questions I want to ask you, but I know you had something you wanted to get off your chest, man.
Drake, you got to message K-Brad. K-Brad is my boy. Drake, if you get this, you have got to message. Just a quick tweet. A quick tweet like, yo, done.
That's two.
You'll make K-Brad's life. Just one quick yo. That's it.
Yo, Drake, that's two call-outs you've gotten. That's two. All right, man, so that first match you had against Zhao Hai, man, you played very strong. You got to be feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, you know, I feel pretty good. Zhao Hai isn't, like, a ridiculous player, dude. Every game, he plays like 10 games at the highest level. I was trying to, I realized I couldn't beat him in the neutral. Like, every button I press, I'm like, damn, this guy keeps hitting every button I press. So I'm like, all right, let me just kind of, you know, try to do some wild stuff. And it worked for a second, but yeah, unfortunately, and then I missed the one time where he did DP and I jumped over, and I like neutral jumped. I'm like, oh, whatever. But I will say this, it is really nerve-wracking up there.
Oh, yeah.
It is really scary up there. It's true, very, very true. It's very scary.
It's the real deal, man. It's the real deal.
Scary, dude, but
you know, speaking of big stages and main stages, man, you really made your name and cemented your name in FGC. I mean, because people knew you before, but like Evo was kind of like that time, your time to shine. How's the ride been since Evo?
It's been pretty crazy, man. It's been people think like I walk down the street, everyone's like, oh, look, it's really not that crazy. But in the beginning, the first like 2 months was kind of wild. You know, people like I had organizations messaging me and this guy and this guy and this interview and that interview. But all I gotta say, man, it's amazing to be recognized for something you're passionate about. So like, who cares, man? You know, like it was just to be like, hey, dude, like I play fighting games and there's like notoriety for me for doing something I love to do. Like you can't beat that, dude. So like I take it all in, like right to the heart, dude. Seriously.
Well, Joe, man, you bring such a good energy to the scene, man. Good luck with your match against Chris T.
He's absolutely right. I love a bit of notoriety myself. I can totally identify with ELEAGUE Joe.
Yeah.
I can see we're going to get along famously when we all go out partying. But anyway, before we get to that stage, we need to know if he's going to have something to party about after this game.
This is a toss-up. I don't really know how to call this. I mean, like I said before, if you let Long Island Joe play his game, he's going to win.
For sure.
I don't think Chris T is going to let him win.
All right.
I think he might. Not on his own will.
Just because he's not capable of stopping him.
I don't know how much high-level Urien practice he has, which I think is going to come into effect here for sure. If you're not used to this kind of style, Joe is a real big issue.
If you get it wrong, Sajam, we're going to meme you to death in the next segment. So, all right,
that sounds like every day of my life. So let's just hop right into this. Chris Tatarian, Long Island Joe. Man, that interview, he's like, his personality is ridiculous. Joe's such a funny guy.
Here we go. Nice backdash to start it off already. And like you said before, we're not 100% sure of the experience that Chris T has with high-level Urian. So I'm interested to see how it's going to turn out. Nice anti-air DP. Hadn't seen one of those in a while from Mr. Chris T.
Yeah, he missed so many against Phenom, I feel like. That was a big part of that set. Jump over that fireball. And Chris, he's a young man. He's got those reactions. You can't get away with it against him. But Joe answers back. EX knees right over the fireball.
Oh, nice jump in. That was pretty far away, too. Using that target combo, spinning a little meter using an EX Tatsu.
The dash under. Joe with the activation. It's going to be hard to push him into the mirror, so he goes for the reset twice.
Oh, tries to go for the throw. And look at this opposition from Joe.
And fighting behind the mirror here with the jump back from Chris T. Another one. Mirror's still there, but now it's gone.
I like the patience on both players' ends right now.
Oh, he gets under, but no combo.
Oh, the tail end. I don't know what he did, but that was a counter hit. So,
yeah, some kind of button at the end. I don't know if he anti-aired or if he thought it landed and tried to whip punish it, but it just tagged him right at the end. And a lot of jumps from Chris. I was going to say, Joe's got to be ready with that anti-air pretty soon here.
Oh, nice. Crouching strong again. Standing medium kick.
So you see now Joe is thinking about that anti-air. And so he's looking for it the whole time, which means now that Chris gets to open up with that fireball game.
I like the... oh, standing fierce right there to get that hit and confirm it. Look at the stun. Thunder kick.
No, the regular throw. One more for stun. Oh, the low. And he has some bar to close it out. Will probably be not enough, though. Yeah, as you can see, he doesn't choose to spend any resources. The jab in the throw, very safe, because if he had done EX headbutt on wake up, he would have still been able to block that jab after that jab. So, yeah, really kind of clinical play from Chris. He showed some knowledge in that matchup that I wasn't sure if he had.
Well, once again, I would like to point out that the mood here in the studio is a little different now. All the groups are done. So back there, there's not as many players, and it's kind of quiet. And you see these guys on their own little setups, playing and practicing, trying to get back to it, and it's crazy because you know it's business.
Yeah, exactly. It's not as much fun in games. It's pretty serious up there. Oh, the jump over from Chris.
Jump over right there. Gets that Tatsu to carry. Nice series.
Oh, what a throw bait. Man, he is really exposing the defense of Joe here. That's been such a big issue so far. And, you know, Urian's defensive options are not the best. And Ken is a great character to kind of exploit that. Does not go for the throw bait, but look at that. Confirm the back strong fierce. Christotarian running through L.I. Joe 3 straight rounds.
Set point is looking pretty good right now, but L.I. Joe definitely has the tools to make this comeback happen.
Oh, no punish on that, man. That's a big miss from L.I. Joe.
Nice backup there to get that jump in, be a little more safe. Nice chase down with that EX tackle. Here comes Joe. Ooh, reversal EX DP. Christotarian, man, one of the wild boys out here. You know he will EX reversal you sometimes, just to make sure you're on the up and up.
Yeah, the wild boys for sure. He does like to take those risks, and man, Joe cannot deal with the jumps. For sure, this has been a big problem. I think he just doesn't expect it to keep happening.
Jump. What? That neutral jump hit so late and still able to confirm. There's the activation on the trigger.
And one hit for Christotarian will take it. Good block. Second mirror out, but he can just jump back. The escape.
And you need to be really careful. Chris T has full meter everything.
Yeah, one confirmed for Chris T. Oh, that could have been it, Chip. He just needs Chip. Yeah, that'll do it. No way out for L.I. Joe. He was already committed, so 4 straight rounds. Christotarian over L.I. Joe.
Christotarian looking pretty good. I mean, he had that loss, but now he's back in the game. I like the fact that he's, you know, getting his wits about him, making sure he's paying a little more attention, playing like the Chris we see at Wednesday night fights pretty often.
Yeah.
L.I. Joe's not out of this yet, of course. We still have plenty of games for him to play. He can still make that impact. But like I said, I just felt like if you let Chris T play, if you let Chris T play,
he can beat anybody, yeah. As soon as he starts to feel himself, it's a big issue for you. And, you know, that sends L.I. Joe down to 0-2 with Reinhardt. Both of them down there at 0-2. So, you know, that's a scary spot to be for both of them. If Chris T can get W's against both of those guys, that would be really important for him right at the end of this. And, yeah, I think that he just didn't expect that EX Tatsu to hit him down there. I just didn't think he thought it was going to reach. It was pretty far.
Yeah, I think he maybe crouched short, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that was a big counter hit. Gets the stun right here, and Chris T making this look. I mean, you're lucky to get these kinds of matches, especially in a situation like this.
Yeah, exactly. And that counter hit back, medium punch, fierce. So good. And Chris, he was just prepared. You can see this is at the end of this. He doesn't get this confirm on low forward fireball CA, but yeah, he just goes directly for it. Just why not do it? There's almost nothing you can do about it there to avoid the chip, right? If you block, you're dead. He was already committed to something else anyway. So Chris T with a quick W over Li Joe.
Yeah, very quick indeed. Bouncing back from the loss to Phenom, and that's going to leave Long Island Joe in a not so great spot.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it does happen. But the show must go on. So we've got LPN versus Luffy up next, right? So all of a sudden, a very interesting game because LPN's been all over the place. He's kind of throwing in curveballs, pulling out new characters, doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Luffy, though, very, very solid opponent.
You know, Luffy definitely one of the best players I feel like in the world at this point, especially with Mika. One of the 3 Mikas that everybody knows of, regardless.
Right.
I still think this is going to be a hard draw, though. However, it just depends because LPN definitely has more than enough Mika experience where he plays.
Yeah.
I don't think this is out of his wheelhouse, but Luffy is definitely a machine when it comes to tournament situations like this. He's an Evo champion.
Yeah.
It's like, so
yeah, Evo champ is a big title to hold for sure, and especially in a game, you know, with a character that was like not considered top tier by a lot of people. She just like was good, but not amazing. So, you know, I think Luffy is probably one of the favorites to get top 2 in this group. He's up there with maybe Du or Shanghai or something like that, right? So yeah, I'm really interested to see how he does here against LPN. I'm so curious about what character he's gonna play.
That's what I want to know.
That's
but
always
I feel
the
like
question.
he needs to take it seriously, so I'm looking at Bison. There's no way. Well, I'm not going to say there's no way, but I feel like he'd be a little crazy not to take this seriously. You don't want to keep coming out, pulling out your secondaries and being like, hey, can I cook with this secondary? I'm not Punk. I'm not doing that. Like, you have to take this seriously.
Right, well, we'll get some inkling into how his opponent prepared. We had an interview with Luffy who spoke to Malik Forte earlier today.
All right, Luffy, you just had your first match against NuckleDu. Didn't go quite according to plan, but how'd you feel? What do you think went wrong?
My first match was the hardest match of the day for me. So it's okay if I lose this one. I just have to win all the other one.
What are your thoughts overall on your group? Do you feel like there's anybody in particular that stands out, or was NuckleDu kind of that person?
I think NuckleDu have a big chance of being first in the group. He's pretty confident about every matchup in the group. He told me he's gonna play Mika against Shanghai, so I should be okay. And with the other one, it will be everyone can beat everyone, so it will be really fun.
Right. Your next match is up against LPN. What's your strategy going into this matchup?
I don't have any particular strategy. I never played against him. I watched some match of his Julian. He's doing pretty good, and he won his first match, so I guess he's in confidence right now. So I will try my best.
All right, man. Well, best of luck to you. We'll be watching on the other side.
Thank you.
I like that. Very muted, subdued. I'm just going to try my best. I like it. Playing it down, playing it cool. That's like straight out the Tasty Steve.
That's what you're supposed to do. You
Never
can't
see you coming.
Exactly. Oh, my God, Luffy with the blah, 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 blah. And I'm telling you, it will go right into that attitude. Fits right in there.
Everybody who has gotten on the mic and talked any kind of trash has just gotten smacked up.
Yeah. Rolled up.
I'm so worried. Like, I feel like if you get on the mic, you're like, I'm going to lose 0-7. I have no chance. All right, cool.
That's the only thing we haven't heard.
By day 4, everyone's kind of realized trash talk or dressing up ridiculously flamboyant, bad ideas. Bad ideas.
I mean, not for the social media game. Not
no. Great for marketing.
Not for the brand promotion, but maybe for the matches, yeah.
All right, so predictions then, gentlemen. How are you going to call this one?
So, yeah, to me, I think that Luffy is the favorite here. And I think, like I said, I expect him to be in the top 2 of this group. I think that he is a very likely candidate. So, yeah, I think that he'll probably take it here over LPN.
I'm going to grab my pitchfork devil's advocate.
Oh,
boom, LPN.
Dang.
All right.
You're such a fan.
Time some Steve on Steve action. Take it away.
All right.
So we spoke about this. We spoke about the fact that LPN definitely has Mika experience. Multiple, if you will.
There's like 1,100 Mikas in NorCal.
Exactly. But I also feel like Luffy is here because he has a superior gameplay, like a field overall. Experience-wise, I feel like it's in his favor.
Yeah, he talked about how he didn't really have Urian practice over at South by Southwest when he played against RB, but he figured it out pretty quick as he was playing along. So it's one of those things to me that, I feel like as this will go on, he'll be more and more familiar. Reset here. And that is advantage. Chases it down. No anti-air, but close to stun. And yeah, that's going to be the stun. Low scaling since just the throw. So even with that 1025, likely to be enough, and it is.
Bananas.
Yeah, bananas indeed. That was a tough round for LPN.
That was a really tough round for LPN. Needs to do something right now to stop Luffy from getting in. I feel like when Knuckle Do abandoned the whole jump craze, that like Luffy was like, no, I'm not stopping. If I can get in with a jump and you don't actually stop me, then I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of the playstyle you have to have with Mika, right? You know, you have to take a risk between jumping, drop kicking, dashing. You got to mix all those things up. So yeah, he's really smart about it. Luffy has good ground game too, and his reads about throw or not throw are excellent.
And definitely one of those players who I like the fact that he's all about air-to-air light kick to get that cross-up with Mika in most situations. Doesn't really need that knockdown. He just wants you to be not ready for him. There's a throw from LPN. Gets that corner position. Nice light kick in the throw again. That is an advantage. You have to be careful.
Oh man, he went for 3 in a row. The miss. Luffy, the one hit will take it. See him try to activate there. Late Nadeshko. Oh, the Aegis. Yeah, command throw right out of it.
Did?
Maybe 10-25. Not enough.
Not enough.
And we saw the same thing yesterday where Gutex was trying to activate that close Aegis against
you actually can't do that. It's if you quick tech after that setup, especially in most of those situations, unless you're already holding up back, you're probably going to get snatched. Even if you try to put that mirror in front of you.
It's a punish, yeah. It's 100% a punish. If you activate on Wake Up and she's not committed to anything else already, she can just go clean through it. So yeah, he does choose to stick with Yuri, and I wonder why no Bison. Maybe he's worried about the defensive options from the character, but
yeah, that's true. But I do like the adjustment right here to try to start playing that neutral game a little better. Nice crouch jab, 3 crouch jabs in the shoulder. And now you're seeing him being a little more active in that mid-range. And I don't know if that's what you want to do in all honesty.
Yeah, against Mika, it's a little concerning, but that's kind of LPN's style, right? Like, he's always active and doing stuff. And Jump Fierce didn't work out for Luffy there.
Jump Fierce for the air-to-air. I like it.
You see Luffy very patient. All he needs is one clap to put Urien back to the corner. Oh, didn't quite get the activation he was looking for. He wanted that crouching medium kick into Nadeshko.
Standing strong. Look at the change right now. Less buttons, playing a little more reserved.
Oh, got him? No, not quite. And the splash. All right, an overhead from LPN. Gets the round, and there was a little nod from Luffy, like, all right, I see you.
All right, so let's see what happens. Luffy jumps.
What kind of... You started the round jump?
Just started the round jump.
This is just Tasty Steve thing. What kind of maniac are you?
Here we go. Oh, check out my suit. Nice V-skill power-up right there. And I'm loving the range that LPN is playing and using a bunch of standing strong, standing medium kick, crouch medium kick, just to make sure that Luffy can't get in and just go crazy.
Oh, big jump.
Jump in. Oh, yeah, that's going to hurt.
A lot of damage, and you get good corner carry off that as well.
All right, I like the patience kicking in. Luffy being a little more meticulous.
Crush counter.
Nice.
Yeah, big EX after that too. And so Urien in such a bad spot here. You see him just going jab, jab, jab. He wants to be safe against that EX headbutt. It's so slow that, you know, if you do jab, wow, that patience, incredible.
Nice. And no mirror activation. There you go, gets the throw.
Nadeshko's going to come out, yeah. So prevented him from really getting any offense, but he does have mirror available.
Have to be careful. LPN in great position right now. Still has a life deficit, but he has trigger. And we all know how that works. That's basically like an X Factor. Nice pot. Nah, I like that. Gets a little space, gets that V skill on just in case
Can't jump. Okay. Oh, got him, and no, missed the CA. That was supposed to be critical art for Luffy. Not enough. Oh my, what a
chase? The backdash chase with EX Peach?
What in the world was he looking for? I mean, I guess it was backdash, but man, what a read from Luffy.
And that was a hard read, because if he had blocked that, that was the match.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, strong checked out of the air. Now the command throw. No meter for Urien. The big jump.
Tries to back up and still gets hit by that jump roundhouse. And LPN in a bad situation right now. Really close to stun.
That one hit will be stun here. The throw tech, so important. One. Oh, okay. That saved him. Saved him. Prevented the stun. You see the fakes, the throws, trying to throw off Luffy. And LPN very close to that V trigger.
Yeah, those neutral jumps are definitely causing a problem for LPN right now because he's not sure whether to go in or not. He doesn't want to get hit by anything on falling down.
No confirm. There's the V reversal, so not going to have Aegis for a little while now.
Nice power up. I like the fact that he's going to that V skill. It hasn't paid off for him too well. Trying to use that armor to stop a jump in. Nice body splat there to change up that timing. LPN trying to get something started right now. 47 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, he's got it.
Sweet.
All right, still late.
I just lay there.
Oh, yeah, he got out of the way of it. All right, so now he can back off. He still doesn't have trigger, but Luffy lost his. And another V reversal. So, man, really okay with giving up that Aegis.
Nice backdash right there.
All right, Luffy trying to build a little bit more of that V gauge. Get a second Nadeshko. That'd be really nice.
Another V reverse on that dropkick, and I can't help but feel like Luffy wanted that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, he's totally okay with him losing all that V gauge, right? Now that Luffy has another V trigger of his own with the lead here, he can just activate, and he does. The block, oh, it should be a punish. Oh no, it got messed up.
And then he gets thrown. Oh, he was not prepared. I don't blame him. I would not have seen that. I definitely would not have seen that coming.
I mean, like, it was so scary because LPN had the right idea. He went for Crouching Fierce. He was a little too late. If that had hit up Fireball, EX Tackle, he would have taken the lead, and likely that would have been the game. But, man, just an unfortunate little drop at the end there, and Luffy takes it.
Yeah, Luffy there, not really giving much away either. You know, not a very emotive guy in victory.
I mean, take the W, go home.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later. I'll look at the matches later. I just want the W. Let me go.
Well, that's what the round robin format's all about. But you can see, you know, I got to say, LPN, the one thing he's impressed me is kind of the way that he is hanging in there in all of these games. For
sure. Oh, yeah, he's keeping it as close as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see right here, like, he's making some pretty good adjustments when it comes to some of these matchups and some of these situations. But like we said before, Luffy is an Evo champion. He knows he's been in these situations before. I mean, I feel like the most transactional situations in this game come down to who has the best situational that can deal with it. That's all it is.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I was going to say. But, yeah, right there, that was such a sick punish, by the way. He was super prepared for that wake-up Aegis, and I feel like that option at first was, like, the best. Everybody was like, man, wake-up Aegis, and now players are getting really good at stuffing it. Also, that was supposed to be critical art that he missed, so that's a tough drop for Luffy in you know, that situation. Like, he would have put himself on match point and everything, but it doesn't matter.
And that right there, like, once I saw that, I'm like, man, come on. I can't believe he chased with an EX move that was not safe, and this is that crazy situation.
Because of Nadeshko, she got hit out of the air. Like, so the standing fierce hit, and then Nadeshko came from the side drop kick out of the air, so it was like a really funky scenario, and Luffy didn't get the combo he was looking for.
Yeah, it definitely didn't work out the way he intended it to. But I'm telling you right now, were you prepared for that to happen? I
No.
was and I played Armika, and I was not. I was like, that's not. Oh God, what happened? You know, like in my mind, that was not supposed to happen. And it just seems Luffy adjusted. That's one of those situations that if you're not ready for, you need to be able to adjust like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we have seen it all today. Some crazy ups and downs. I'm sure they're going to continue because after the break, we're going to feed another veteran to the Phenom when Ryan Hart takes him on. We will see you soon.
Here comes Reinhardt now, all the way into the corner. Oh, this is a good start. With the EX Tatsu from the air. And he tricks him, stays on the front side. Dirty.
Welcome back, everybody. We have swapped out Sajam. He's going to take a little break. We brought back Rip. Rip's absolutely itching to get back on the desk. Full of energy today. I don't know what he was doing
last night. It's this electric blue shirt.
It runs on batteries, man.
He must have got a massage in the hotel or something. That's all I'm going to say.
It might have been in the playroom.
Iron all those kinks out. Right, anyway, let's take a look at what we've just had in our previous 4 games. You can see there, Xiaohai beat LPN, NuckleDo beat Reinhardt, Chris T beat ELEAGUE, and Luffy beat LPN as well. LPN trying to hang in there, but it's been tough for him. This is what the standings look like as a result of those results. So it's NuckleDo and Xiaohai, both at 2-0 up there. Phenom has a chance to join them coming up. We'll get into that. At the bottom, it's ELEAGUE and Reinhardt, but we did say we didn't think anyone could go 0-7. Those are the only 2 people that could possibly achieve that dubious distinction. These are the next 4 games that we've got coming up. Phenom versus Reinhardt. As I said, we're just feeding him veterans.
Wow, he gets both of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then Xiaohai takes a Chrissy T, NuckleDo takes an LPN, then Phenom gets ELEAGUE. He's just going to be taking scalps like an Apache.
Yeah, so both of the 0-2 guys have to go up against Phenom in this block.
Yeah, and of course, you can follow all of the action over on Bleacher Report. You download Team Stream. It's a free app from Bleacher Report. You can follow all the esports and E-League action over there. Get it done. It's awesome. Right, let's talk about the next game. I've been flying the British flag for Reinhardt. I kind of feel, you know, I'm doing it in a contrived fashion.
You got to take some pointers from Z, man. He's back there all lubed up and ready.
Yeah, but I always feel Z gives himself an out, right? Like Z always goes, I think... And he qualifies it with some mad long pause at the start of every sentence. I was just being patriotic.
That's what you're supposed to do. He sounds like a scientist, like he's about
to
pull out a whiteboard.
Yeah, I know, but he's just pulling it out of the ether.
Yeah.
It don't mean nothing.
E equals MC squared.
That is why it's crazy stuff. So look, here's the thing. You know, Ryan obviously hasn't been playing a great deal, and you know, he said he's kind of like warming up on the fly and you know, kind of get as much practice as he can while he's been here, and obviously being, you know, on the 4th day, that's kind of helped. But Phenom's looked like an absolute monster.
So I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm pretty sure you know this. Phenom has been here every day playing. Not just walking around. He's been sitting in the chair waiting for people to, yo, you want to play? Yo, Daigo, you want to? He's done this.
Yo, Daigo, you want to get dunked?
Yeah.
Every day he's done this. So you know he came to handle business.
You know what that look says there, Tasty CV? So why are you telling everyone I'm a tryhard?
Look, yo,
why are you telling
blame
everyone I'm a tryhard?
I don't blame him. The young man, look, man, his mom still dresses him, but she did not teach him how to play video games. Little dude he's doing some work right now.
All right, well, let's have a look, because we did have an interview with Phenom earlier today.
Phenom, you just took out one of the stronger players in the tournament, Chris T. How you feeling about that?
I'm feeling pretty good. It was my first match, so I was a little more nervous than usual, but I'm glad I won so I could get that out of the way.
Word. So, you know, Z, I'm sure is still mad at you for what you did to Daigo last year. How's it been being one of the young guns on the scene and coming in so strong?
I don't know, like how it I guess it feels good, but like, yeah.
You don't really look at it like that.
I don't really look at it like I just play and I want to win. I don't really care about if I'm young or not.
Right. I hear you. Age is nothing but a number, man, at the end of the day. How do you feel about your group overall, man? A lot of the guys at the desk have been saying constantly that this is probably the most highly contested group because the skill gap isn't that wide. How do you feel about it?
I agree because there's no weak player in the group. Some of the other groups, they had like one free win. But our group is pretty balanced in the way that everyone is strong. So I think it's actually kind of hard. Yeah.
Hey, well, man, best of luck against Reinhardt, who is your next matchup.
Yes.
That's the interview equivalent of a teabag right there. Every other group had one free win. Not here, not here.
Yeah. Okay. He's a young kid, man. He knows.
Yeah, look, he knows what he said.
Got his hat back with
he
him.
Knows, he can hear us. He knows what he said.
You know why he's here. He's going to leave this, go back.
But, like, seriously, you know, look, Reinhardt was kind of having a bit of fun you know, while we were talking about him on camera. Obviously, the players can't hear what we're saying before they get in game. And, you know, you can tell from the look on his face, he knows this is going to be a tough game.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this before. He's not 100% right now. He's not. However, he has some of the best fundamentals out of every group. Like, that's not an exaggeration. Reinhardt, to me personally, dude's a legend.
Yep,
However, these new kids, they want it. Like the people that we see here now, they do not care about who they play. They want to beat you up, get the W, and go on TBS.
Right. And you know, speaking about Reinhardt just in his skills, I mean, just that last set he had with NuckleDu, you know, even though he's not 100% per se, he made that so close, and that's the Capcom Cup champion.
Yes.
So call it then, gentlemen.
Phenom.
Right.
Phenom.
All right. I liked how you did that as well, though, Steve. The way you were like on your rocking chair. That these kids today.
I tell you what, kiddo. Back in my day, I had to use an American stick and my hand hurt for 3 days.
So true.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Those damn springs are so tight.
Anyway, so we got Reinhardt coming up. And like I said, believe it or not, I don't shortchange anybody. I think about these games just like I'm playing versus him as myself.
Right.
So that's why I'm always on the fence. However, you still cannot sleep on Reinhardt. Like, there's you can't sleep on him in any game.
And Reinhardt, going back to Urian here, he brought this out in his first match. Didn't work out well. Stuck with Ken since then, and now he's bringing it back. Here we go. Urian for Reinhardt versus Phenom Nikali. Phenom, of course, from Norway, not Finland, Tasty Steve. Thanks for telling me that information
I definitely
earlier.
didn't tell you he was from Finland. I said Norway.
Norway. Game on, gets the first projectile.
Nice, crouch strong. That disc of guidance, nice push again.
Another one.
You know, I actually saw him practicing throw loops while he was back there.
You got to get the timing right, dude.
Yeah. Oh, nice V reversal right there. It's probably not gonna get triggered, but I feel like Phenom feels like he doesn't need it this match. Nice pressure again.
And the dunk!
Not dead. Still has a chance, but not if I throw you again.
Goodness, how many throws is that? Like 5 throws and 1 command grab in that first round?
He uses like the thing that people don't understand about Phenom is that he uses throws as a fear tactic to get you to hit buttons when you.
Of course. I mean, that's the whole concept behind the throw bait, man. You got to establish that you want to throw them nonstop so that they start using those throw checks.
And it's especially useful in this match with Nikali because he has such great crush counter buttons. And with that command throw, he's going to get so much momentum after that hard knockdown. So I feel like that's something you have to think about.
Yeah, and of course, you know, once he's in that V-trigger, once he gets those throw baits, he can hit that crouch medium punch and a stomp and a critical art. It's something that we've seen from him plenty of times. And right now, he's about to get to that V-trigger. So is Reinhardt, though. Both players about to reach full resources here.
Nice, gets the throw out of the corner. Urian does have trigger available. Reinhardt definitely not out of this yet. Life's still pretty close.
Here's the trigger off the crouching medium kick. Oh my gosh, the headbutt setup. And the crouching fierce out of nowhere. Critical art? No, he was going to save it.
And he feels like he can take it by saving that meter.
Wow.
Reinhardt, 1 round in, 1 round apiece, still first game, final round, first game. Let's see what happens.
Man, Reinhardt is competing in tournaments before Phenom was born. That's just crazy. Throw check. We're in the corner already. Man, that was within like 5 seconds.
Nice.
That was a sick juggle. He just walked forward to get the second crouching heavy.
I like the patience here by Reinhardt. Definitely getting his footing about him. Just got hit by that Seismo.
Yeah, that was really good placement of the Seismo from Phenom as well. Recognize Reinhardt is going to come in close.
Not saying too many. Goes for the jump. Close Seismo. And then we see that reversal EX headbutt. And now Mr. Reinhardt pressing buttons, trying to get to that corner. Nice place Seismo right there again by Phenom.
And great V reversal choice. You know, something you don't see a lot from Urian, but Reinhardt still very early in the round here. We'll have plenty of time to still build up that V-trigger.
Oh, nice reversal DP here from Phenom, and this is where he wants you to be. He just told you to step into his office, the corner. Nice back dash and then forward dash again. That increase.
Wake up, critical art. It looks like it's going to hit, and it does. We got those tricks, youngins. And now Ryan still has his Aegis available too with the overhead again.
Reinhardt, first game versus Phenom. And he's playing so calm, cool, and collected, walking back and forth like, okay, kid, let's see what you got.
I told you Reinhardt was going to get this. Look at him.
You
playing
definitely
at
said
tip-top
that.
shape. Looking fantastic out here, Steve.
Reinhardt, but look at the scowl on my dude's face right there. Don't do that. As soon as I say
nice
that, he
going,
sees
man.
the
You
camera.
took him out of his game.
Game 2. That's how you know he's been playing for a while. He's thinking about everything he's went through in his life while playing video games. That's the kind of attitude you want.
And Fierce to fight his way out of the corner again. I mean, he spends a lot of time in there.
I told you, man, that's Phenom's office, man. You want a promotion, you got to go through the office.
The dunks for the stun. Here's the jumping combo now.
That's...
Oh my God,
wow.
Look at the red. That is a ton of health taken off of Urian there, who has some of the highest health in the game at 1025.
And he bought him a new hat too? That's crazy.
Yeah, you know Richard's a fan of the hat.
Oh yeah, he's definitely started nodding slowly. He was like, hey.
Hey.
Nice sweep. Dunked. Nice deep in the corner. And once again, we're already
Another
in
one.
the corner. Nice reversal headbutt right there, trying to fight his way out of the corner. You see Phenom not shy with hitting those buttons.
Man, Ryan's anti-airs with the crouching headbutts have been on point lately. You have to place them pretty accurately.
And I feel like that's part of just Ryan Hart being like Ryan Hart. Like, there's not a lot of people that consistently go to crouch fierce as an
Too
anti-air.
far. Wow, he got the combo. Smart confirmation there. The high one?
Oh my God, Richard is
Into
losing
the
his
critical
mind.
art.
Richard is just actually like amazed right now.
Urian.
He wants Ryan to win so bad.
He's like, I don't care about your pressure.
Jab. And right now,
set point for Ryan Hart.
Richard Lewis's bias is coming out. I can feel it.
Man, and Phenom, you know, even despite having all his corner control, he really hasn't been able to capitalize much. Here's a big crush count from Ryan, though, capitalizing with the full combo, and we're in the other corner. This might be Ryan's office.
I like the footsies. Now, I like Ryan. One of the things Ryan Hart does really well is taking a breath by blocking for a while. He walks back and forth just like he's thinking. Oh, close, Aegis.
Smart. Yo, Phenom about to go down to Ryan Hart 2-0.
Wow, Richard Lewis, calm down, sir.
The thing is, Phenom only needs to hit that crouching medium punch into stomp, into critical. Oh, big jump in. There's the combo.
Get that bad kidney out of there.
Is 1025 enough to survive? No!
No change left over from that 1025. Ties the set 1-1. I think Richard Lewis is crying. Are you okay? You all right? Somebody's cutting onions in here? So here we go. Phenom brings it back pretty well. Like I said before, you see that class, that divide of how confident Ryan Hart plays games. Back to the scowl, business mode, I like it. Game 3.
Phenom and Ryan Hart, here we go. Seismo start things off. Ryan activating that V-skill, something we haven't seen in this set yet, that will give him one hit of armor on his headbutt, knees,
I feel like
and shoulders.
I feel like one thing Ryan Hart needs to work on is not letting Phenom get that trick.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to stop the call from getting the trigger, though, because even if you got to beat him, he's going to get the trigger.
Yeah. But it's better to deal with it with no life than, you know, he has half-life and you have to beat the trigger.
Definitely. And as you mentioned, here it comes.
Nice. And look at this. You got half-life dealing with V-trigger Nikali. You do not want to have to fight with a
Look out.
Oh, God. Nice chop.
This guy's right through the projectile. That's what it's intended for.
Nice backdash from that round.
Surprise. Oh, my gosh. That
like
walk-up
that.
headbutt. Over a combo. This should be the round.
And that is going to be that set point again for Ryan Hart. And he has not let Phenom do anything.
Well, can't count Phenom out, obviously.
Oh, of course not.
Ryan Hart activating that V-skill again. I like it. Caught him coming forward. Intercept through that crouching medium punch. And now the throw base is starting to come out from Phenom. Putting in a lot of work with that crouching medium punch. Here's a jumping attempt. Doesn't work out, but he gets the throw in the corner. Wake up critical art again from Ryan. Did he catch him dashing? He did!
Wow. Ryan Hart with the veteran callouts.
Uh-huh.
Nice buds. There's that activation. Now, this isn't as bad to deal with, but you know this is going to happen. You're going to have to fight Trigger Nikali unless you make him spin all that bar.
Yeah, but this time he's got a much longer road ahead. Ryan Hart sitting at about 65% health right now. No anti-airs, though.
Nice check right there with the crouch jab. About 48 seconds left. Crouch strong. Check
There's
out
the anti-air.
low.
Look out.
Went for the overheads. Anything is going to do it
Wrong
right.
Aegis, though. Input air from Ryan Hart. He still has one more Aegis.
Oh, that was it. nice.
Oh, he's got to be careful. He can die. And there it is.
Crouch short. Richard Lewis, calm down, sir. Easy.
Yo,
Here, pal.
I've just actually had a call. It's from the Queen.
That's what I thought it might be.
Ryan Hart nominated for a knighthood.
Oh, my
Arise,
goodness.
Sir Ryan Hart. Arise.
That's a sick name.
There you go.
Sir Ryan Hart?
Oh, I know.
What do I have
That's
to do
like
to
a
get
Game
a
of
Sir?
Thrones character.
Sir Tasty Steve?
Ew, gross.
You know, you have to serve. You have to serve the Queen, Tasty Steve, and I don't mean like that.
Oh well, now I can't. That's definitely not gonna.
No, he only wants to do it like that.
Yeah. That was the only way I was getting in there. Anyways.
But no, that is a crazy upset, I guess we got to say.
No, I feel like it is an upset. If you take a look back, you see Phenom actually had a lot of control going in, and Ryan Hart, I'm telling you right now, like the veteran play definitely showed right here. Like he played so calm and made sure he made those small adjustments in between rounds just to throw Phenom off his game. And Phenom, normally it's really hard to take him out of his game. But we actually talked about this a little bit. Phenom is one of those players that he's either going to beat you or he's like probably going to lose to you. It's like he beats you to death.
But if it's close, he can't win?
Yeah, it's. I feel like those.
Really?
I mean, it's harder for him because he commits to things like dash up throw, dash up light kick, like especially in the corner. Because like I told you, he was back there working on his throw loop setups. And I feel like another reason he didn't do too well in this matchup is because he landed a lot of successful jump ins, but he didn't go to like crouch fears or standing fears to get that crush counter hit. Now, Ryan was not taking that bait. However, I feel like a few more command throws, like that first game when he did so well, he just couldn't crack them open.
Yeah.
And that's when Ryan started hitting buttons when he got close. And now you see him coming in rare form, sharp as ever.
The high one for the throw bait into the critical art, man. And I agree with you 100%. I think if Phenom had just stuck to his throw game, and at least mixed it up with the throw baits, which he didn't even ever really do. You know, he established the throw game and he never started going to the throw baits afterward.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. Nice.
Yeah, and here we go. Phenom with that clutch comeback in the game too. But here we go. Final game between these two.
And you can see the footsies coming in. And that's why you see Ryan so active at this close range game, because he does not want Phenom to be comfortable enough hitting buttons, dashing in, making sure he's establishing that pressure with crouching jab, and he's good for that. And I feel like that's one of his strengths. But if you start just like right here, see, instead of going for that throw right there, if you just had went for crouch fears, you would have got a crush counter. That would have put you in a great position.
I mean, even looking at that separately, I mean, Phenom, the Aegis went past him. He hit the crouching medium punch. If he had confirmed into stomp and a critical art, he could have made the whole outcome could have been completely different.
And that's what I was talking. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He's either going to beat you up or it's going to slightly go against him.
And guys, because we've got a lot of influence around here at ELEAGUE, because Ryan Hart won the replay as well, I think we're going to count it as 2 wins.
Wow, no kidding.
I think that's what we'll do.
I didn't know that was the ability that you had, Mr. Lewis.
Screw it. Just let him skip the quarterfinals. Put him in the semifinals.
Everyone gets one. Everyone gets one. That's how I'm spending mine. Anyway, we're ready for the next game. Congratulations to Ryan, of course. This is an interesting one. It's going to be Chris T and Xiao Hai. So, indeed, Rip. Come on. I know you got something cooking.
No, it's really interesting. So there's a great Cammy player in California as well, Alex Myers, Chris Tatarian. You know, kind of goes back and forth with them. I feel like Alex Myers has the edge a little bit, though. And Xiao Hai, of course, you know, the best Cammy maybe on the planet. So it's kind of hard to root for Chris T in this matchup. But you can't really count him out. You know, he had a rough start today. He lost that first game. But he came back strong in the second game. So I think he's kind of picking up momentum. And it's going to be interesting to see how he does in it.
What's your take, Steve?
Well, I was talking about this earlier, that Chris Tatarian has stuck with his character, even though, you know, he complains a lot on the social medias about what he doesn't like about his character now. However,
he's one of them.
He's
definitely one of them.
I see.
However, Chris T has a very unique play style. Like, he can definitely blow you up in an instant, and you won't even know what happened in some instances. So I feel like he goes the route of, he has like a legacy of beating people up. That's why I call him House Tatarian. I'll say Chris House Tatarian, like a Game of Thrones character, because he has these legacy gameplays, and you're going to be like, oh, I got him, and then you don't, and then you lose.
Right, well, let's have a prediction. Is it going to be a red wedding, or what's going to happen this?
I'm definitely looking for a red wedding right now, because I screamed out loud. So if that happens...
Rip, who do you think's taking it?
I'm going to Xiao Hai. I don't want to. But I'm going with the prediction.
Richard Lewis over here pumping his boy up. I can't even...
Call the Queen.
So let's see how this turns out. I feel like it can go, it definitely can go either way. Xiao Hai kind of off to a slow start today. We're looking at him play Long Island Joe. He was not playing as sharp as possible. Nice jump in over that fireball though.
Yeah, and that was one of the things, you know, that Chris T was lacking in the first game. His anti-airs were just off. And right now, another cannon spike from the air. Xiao Hai in early control, half life are gone in the first 10 seconds, but there we go. The DP from Chris switching positions with that back throw. Nice. And immediately, Xiao Hai throwing him back.
And, ooh, nice. And Xiao Hai is looking really sharp right now. Nice back throw for Chris T. And nice anti-air. Xiao Hai is not letting you get away with anything, sir. Nice cancel. Nice.
Oh, yeah. This is where Chris excels with Ken. Once he has you trapped in that corner, walking down. Oh, no, no confirm.
No, you cannot do that. And even if that didn't kill, he still had one more left in the chamber. First round, game one goes to Xiao Hai.
Yeah, that was a rough start for Chris. I mean, he made it a little bit interesting there. And now, Xiao, you see he's switching things up, going for those standing medium kicks and crouching medium kicks to keep Chris out.
I like the patience, and he is
ready. I mean, he's taking no bets using like the V-skill spin knuckle. He's just waiting to see the fireball and going in with the EX drill.
Nice. Standing medium kick again. And I like the patience in this range by Xiao Hai. You see, once he gets out of that Ken danger zone, he gets a little more buttonsy and then tries to move back in because he wants you to walk into that range. Tries to go for the cross-up, gets that crouch strong in the target combo, Tatsu to the corner. Tries to go for that House Tatarian special with that thunder kick in the corner.
Well, Chris getting away with some jump-ins there. But as you saw, Xiao Hai using the V reversal to switch position and get himself out of the corner. Now both players sitting on full meter. So Chris not out of it yet. Cammy lower stamina, so if he hits that critical art from a combo, it's going to make things really interesting and very close here.
Definitely going to put him back in a great position. Oh, nice dash throw. Dash up again, crouch strong. Xiao Hai with the crush counter.
He opts not to go for the critical art, instead goes for the EX Tatsu. Here's the throw loops incoming.
Ooh.
Baited.
The walk back stand light kick, 1 round apiece. We're going to round 3, game 1.
Yeah, much better.
Just double
let's
dash
go.
up throw. Uh-oh.
Yo, did he wake up?
I think so. Look at the patience. Tries to go for that anti-air. Just a slight pause. Gets that EX dive kick. And now Xiao Hai. Dash up again. Cancels the run. Xiao Hai did not react. Nice jump back there.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Chris now with the offense. Decides to back away.
You see him fishing for that standing roundhouse.
And you can see Chris has adapted to the range that Xiao Hai is trying to play at.
Oh, look at that, steps closer just to make sure that crouching strong from Ken was going to hit.
Again, both players full meter. No anti-airs.
Oh, gets the throw. Chris getting a little too comfortable in that range.
And that's the thing about Cammy. Oh, here we go. Step kick into the trigger.
Oh, crouch strong, tried to jump out there.
They got to be careful for critical art. Oh my God, did he confirm? No!
Oh, just a little too slow.
Is he going to survive?
He's not going to die.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Just a pixel, here we go. He's still in the game. Ooh. Oh my gosh, so risky. Wow.
Stand roundhouse, goes for the low forward. Nice backdash there by Chris T. Xiao Hai moving like a maniac right now.
And Chris can't afford any mistakes now. That range so dangerous.
About 20 seconds left, and you see Xiao Hai getting an
uppercut.
What an uppercut! Anti-air. Finally, man, we were talking about this earlier. That Chris T has been a little slow to call out those DPs. Great job right there to call it out, and at the time when he needed it the most.
Definitely clutching it out there.
What a good match, though, man. We get one more. I'm happy.
That was awesome. That was an amazing match.
All right, here we go.
You know, Xiao is showing off those footsies with that standing medium kick, crouching medium kick.
All right.
And then Chris finally answering back to it in the 3rd round. Oh my gosh, huge error there from Xiao Hai.
Oh, finding those hits, and this is what I was talking about. The fake out. Stand roundhouse, and Chris T looks like he is alive right now.
Xiao Hai, though, he's got the corner. Look out.
Cancel.
Switch positions.
And now he has nice anti-air right there.
That was so close.
And that could have went a lot differently. Luckily, Xiao Hai used that V-reverse.
Ouch!
So he wasn't able to get that trigger. Doesn't matter, though. First round, game 2, goes to Xiao Hai.
Yeah, it looked like Chris might have tried to throw tech option select and got clipped for it. And that's what led to the stun there. But Xiao Hai getting the first round here in game 2. Reset off the jab, counter hits. Oh, no. Yeah, huge bet from Chris there. He's way behind Xiaohai, looking for stun.
Shimmy in a double stun round. Not going to be able to kill? Oh,
it's definitely going to be able to kill.
Okay, I was looking at the wrong critical.
That was beatdown. That was nothing like the first game.
Nothing at all. And now Xiaohai, with a shot of adrenaline, he's alive too.
He's back. He is back in it. Without a doubt. Chris Tarrant might need to take a second here to think things over.
Denial Chris T looking pretty good that first game. That second game not going the way he wanted to.
Yeah, he made some big bets there with that EXDP that didn't pay off. Very costly mistakes. He's going to have to tighten up here.
Nice back dash there. Ooh, I thought it was going to be an anti-air.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Cammy, right? You can't really predict her airborne trajectory because of those dive kicks.
Oh, yeah, she definitely changes it up a lot just to make sure you're not hitting buttons. And I feel like that's one of the major parts that she has at her disposal. The fact that she doesn't have that much life. She does have a pretty good walk speed, but if you hit her, she's kind of, falls apart. However, that dive kick definitely one of those tools. A successful reversal DP.
Yeah, he's not afraid to do it even after that last game.
Nice buttons there by Xiaohai. What a jump back to snuff out that cannon drill.
Wow, Chris still jumping in now. Xiaohai showing he still got the anti-airs locked and loaded.
Oh, tried the dash up, crouch strong by Xiaohai. And look at the range they're fighting at. Oh, nice hit.
Stuff.
Oh, you might be dead.
I think he is. Xiaohai used it as an anti-air there. And the thing that was interesting about it was he waited to see that Chris hit a button in the air.
Round 2.
And there you have it, Xiaohai with the first round set point now.
Oh, dash up throw. Taking a page out of Chris T's book right there. Oh, crouch strong, no confirm.
Yeah, it was countered. Didn't get anything off of it.
Nice, keeping that safe.
Wow, just throws out the Tatsu, hoping to catch him off there.
Yeah, he's fishing a little hard right now. Xiaohai is really playing really tightly, so that means Chris T has to adjust. And if he wants something to happen, and Chris T looks like he's not having a good time right now, Xiaohai. So much control. Look at that life lead. Space so good.
Nice neutral jump.
Oh,
and Chris T's still committing to it anyway. Here we go.
Oh, Chris T.
Looking for a stun. It's so close, but nice V reversal attempt. And look at that stun bar, immediately depleted.
Needs to be really careful too. EX bar still has trigger active. Xiaohai, no trigger dash.
Wow, that was so dangerous.
That was even more dangerous.
He can't throw fireballs because you know that.
Tries to go for that thunder kick. Luckily, Xiaohai was a little impatient. Tries to go for the throw. That was dangerous. Goes for
God, no confirm.
Oh my God.
He goes with the jump in.
No, that was not smart. Xiaohai moves on. Wow.
Yeah,
what a
Xiaohai.
good set, though. That was a crazy set.
Yeah, Xiaohai still undefeated in the group, 3-0 now.
Yeah, game of the day. We were talking about Xiaohai being inconsistent. Yeah, right?
Like I said, the fact that Xiaohai goes, he's not an under-the-radar player.
Yeah.
If someone says Xiaohai is at a tournament, everybody takes notice. For good reason, because he's definitely one of the best players in the world. Flat out, no questions asked, that's him. For multiple games at that. So you can't go into a match thinking that he's going to be not sharp.
Yeah, but then again, Chris T did better and had opportunities to put it away there.
Oh, yeah, that's 100% true.
Yeah, that second game, things just really fell apart for Chris. He made some bets, and Xiaohai just had the right reads on him. Was very patient, and Chris was kind of just a little too ham the second game.
Yeah, he got a little too frisky. Situations like what you saw right there, that actually cost him around first game. Now, right here, you see him getting more into the groove. Nice crush counter, fierce right there. Now, I felt like what happened, he started betting a little higher. He saw the success rate of that standing fierce, so he was like, you know what? Now I'm going to go a little harder. I'm going to reversal EX DP you now just to see if I can open you up, get that positioning in his favor. And Xiaohai was like, oh, you're going to keep hitting me. Now I'm going to dial it back a notch, slow down, but there's that crush counter fierce again.
Yeah, and this is how the second game started off after Chris T clutched out that anti-air in the first one. And, it was looking like all Chris here. And then all of a sudden, Xiaohai starts making a comeback, and just everything just fell apart so quickly. Stun, and once that stun happened, it was kind of like rapid fall apart. Xiaohai took that second game extremely quick, and then straight into the third game.
Not hitting, but look at the range. Look at this. He became so much sharper when he realized, he was like, oh, you're going to keep fishing for that hit? Well, now I'm going to hold back a little bit, make you commit, and then I'm going to punish you.
Yeah, Chris was trying to force the jumps a little bit too much. And of course, the anti-airs weren't always there. That time it was.
That was a good anti-air.
But look out.
That was bad. Like,
especially just with the timing of the V-trigger, it was like even worse for him, right?
Did not play out the way Chris T wanted it, but not out of this yet, this round robin format. I'm going to keep saying it because I feel like people don't understand the importance of it.
Yeah.
These matches are going to determine a lot. That lineup, when it comes to the end, is the most important thing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be the last few games, right? That's really going to separate the wheat from the chaff. But some great matches so far. We've got another one coming up. It's going to be LPN versus Knuckle.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, we got a heater coming.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to take a short break. Make sure you join us afterwards.
Dew is in trouble. Oh, wait a minute! He wants it! He got it! Oh my goodness! No! Oh no! That's gonna be Dew.
Welcome back, everybody, to the E-League Street Fighter 5 Invitational. I'm Rip, and I'm joined, of course, by Mr. Tasty Steve. And we've got a great match coming up. It's going to be LPN versus Knuckle Dew.
Yeah, a lot of people have been sleeping, I believe, on LPN.
Myself included. I mean, look, LPN, you know, the word on the ATP streets is that it stands for Last Place Ninja.
Oh.
However, he's been doing pretty decently here today.
Yeah, he's been on the Street Fighter 5 scene for quite some time. He has many endorsements, as you can see by the Circa. Lupe supports him. Shout outs to the boy. But the thing is, it's for good reason, though. LPN is definitely one of the younger up-and-comers from the Street Fighter series, or from the Street Fighter community, who has transitioned really well. I mean, NuckleDu being even younger, I feel, and being the Capcom Cup champion and having multiple characters actually is playing the game almost the same way. I just feel they're in different standings right now.
Right, and you know, the thing about LPN that's so crazy is you never know what character he's going to use. I mean, we saw him use Urian, we saw him use Colleen, and we saw him use Bison today.
Yep.
And we know he's got a birdie still back there, so who knows what else he's got with, right?
So
and an Alex, right. And you see NuckleDu on the character select screen behind us going with that Guile, and you see, look at all the characters that he's flipping through. He's looking like, oh, there's some Jury here, some Alex here, some Lori, here's some Zangief. You have no idea what I'm going to pick right before I pick it.
Who would you say has the advantage on your expertise, good sir?
I mean, I think just by the player matchup, it's probably NuckleDu, right? But because of the unfamiliarity in which character LPM's going to bring, NuckleDu's going to have to decide right now, like, okay, it's Bison. I got it. Now I know what to do.
Right.
You know, so he's got this much time to prepare mentally for the matchup.
LPN, NuckleDu, our next match. Let's see how this turns out. Now, you're 100% right. When they're at the character select screen, you don't know what's going to happen, especially when you're playing against LPN. But it is NuckleDu.
Right, and you know, he did use Bison earlier today, so at least if NuckleDu was watching, he would have seen some of that, and wow, just out of range.
Nice, gets that back throw.
And his Bison was so strong against Reinhardt. Huge jump in. Perfectly timed against that boom. If you jump in too late,
NuckleDu gets him with the shimmy.
And just a pixel left for the stun. And this is a great start for LPN. You know, a lot of people sleep on him, like you mentioned, but look at that first round.
Get in his tomb. Put him in a coffin. I like it. All right, here we go.
Body bag. Round 2 for LPN.
Oh, nice. On their side. That nightmare press, catching NuckleDu off guard, tries to go for a throw, and you see NuckleDu just holding back right now.
Oh, step on him.
Tries to fish for that crush counter again with that standing fierce.
Oh, that's such a great option. You're trying to use that V-skill to absorb the booms. You know, Bison's V-skill very good against projectiles in general.
Another successful jump in,
and
he's going right to the Psycho Crusher.
Just like this.
Yo,
we're gonna go in. I ain't gonna let you watch that.
Yo, take the round. I take the round, bro.
He just did take the round. He won the round. And man, NuckleDu did not want to watch that
was
for
quick
2 more
as
seconds.
hell. Jesus. These little kids need to make up their mind. That's what I think.
Hey man, I like watching the critical arts. You know, the big splash at the end. I gotta say boom. You know, it's not. He took that away from me right now.
And switches to that Armika. Yo, look at that color. I am a fan. Anyways,
LUYG coloring for that Mika. Very nice choice, NuckleDu.
I can't believe how quick that match was. That was like a 2-minute match. Here we go. Game 2, NuckleDu versus LPN. LPN trying to repeat the success of that first game. Damn.
Yeah, NuckleDu's like, all right, screw it. I ain't going to that matchup again. Ooh. Oh my gosh, thanks for the drop kick. Here's the crush counter.
And LPN seems so ready, it's ridiculous. Nice.
Oh my gosh, and he's looking for stun again. Here comes the Desko to try to loosen things up a little bit.
But we talked about this. We talked about the fact that LPN comes from a place where there are Mikas. He has more than enough Mikas. Yeah, backdashing in the corner is all the new rage in the Street Fighter streets. Everybody in the corner backdashes to get away from throws, and sometimes it works out.
Yeah, sometimes you get crush counter, though. That's the risk of the backdash in Street Fighter 5.
And I don't know how this works out. Like, I feel like this is a pretty hard matchup, but NuckleDu trying to make something happen right now. Quick tech by NuckleDu, by LPN, makes him get hit, but it changes up with a throw.
And she has no V-meter to stop this pressure right now. She's got 1 bar. There it is.
Nice. He's going to get a situation right now. Is he going to be able to take something from it? No. Nice standing strong. Just jumps over it. Really smart play there by NuckleDu. He needs to make something happen.
Air to air for LPN is good.
Oh, goes.
Look out!
I can't believe.
Oh, he got him!
What? He's not dead yet, though. Oh, that did not work out. Set point for LPN versus NuckleDu.
How did that not kill the EX wingless airplane? I thought for sure he was done.
Bison. It's the psycho power, man. You didn't know.
Set point for LPN against NuckleDu. Is it going to be 4 rounds straight?
Wow. Oh, and tries to go for that charge drop kick, but he's ready. This time finds the Irish whip in the corner. Reset. What's going to happen? Stand light kick. He jumps out.
Don't you dare jump out. Almost a stun here now. NuckleDu accelerating. But here comes the scissor kick pressure.
You saw what NuckleDu did there. He had the advantage because you saw that stun bar was up, and then he saw that LPN got out and he laid off too because you don't want to overextend. Nice brim stone.
Yeah, that was a bait.
Ooh, It's not over yet.
Oh my gosh, don't tell me he's gonna make another comeback. No, man, he was trying to get another so bad, and Knuckles was like, no.
Yeah, he was trying to bait that V trigger out, that V reversal out. That way, he would not have a chance to get it regardless. So he didn't think it was over, but that was a really smart play to do that crouch short in the corner.
A lot slower start here in the final round of game 2. Set point for LPN still. That down forward heavy punch doing so much work.
He's doing that. That walk back is so good in a lot of situations. There's that brimstone again. Knuckle picking up speed.
What's next?
Uh-oh.
Wow, wake up button.
Yeah, wake up light kick, that 3-frame button now.
That's a great choice for Bison Spirit Season 2. Just out of range for the slide to connect. He wanted to get that V-trigger activation.
Oh, nice backdash right there by Knuckle Dude. And there's the activation.
Wow, dashes through!
Oh, wow, it's not over yet. That trigger is still active. Oh.
Bing, bang, boom! Not enough!
We saw this before when we see
Oh my god, wait, here comes the Destro Flip. Mix up the giant swing. See ya, good night. Knuckle Dude.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if he wasn't, look at LPN's face. He's like, I had your ass.
Look at Knuckle Dude's face, like, you didn't have me.
Did you see LPN's face? He's like, that ass was mine. You knew you were dead. Look at his face. Let's go.
Oh, he's like, run it back. Yo, run give thumbs up.
Look at that smile. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Man, this is what I like about fighting games, man. You know what
run it back. Come on.
This is like I said before, this is a very tense situation, but the fact of the matter is that you have to respect the gameplay coming from both of these guys. And now you're going to see that respect being played, or you might see somebody try and take advantage of something that they noticed from the game before.
Select music.
Uh-oh. We're going to get the birdie?
Colleen? No way.
No, I'm going to tell you something. Colleen is one of the few characters that can backdash dropkick pressure from Armika. So she has to be really careful. On top of that, hands is -4, and if you space it properly, you can't even punish it. And a lot of people don't know that, but if he has meter, he still has those reversal options, and this is going to be a really tense matchup.
Well, here we go. Armika for Knuckle Dude going up against LPN's Colleen, the newest character added to Street Fighter V here in Season 2. Final game of the set.
Nice sweep right there. And you're not going to be able to control that neutral with that projectile, only because you're so ready to drum. Nice, and now you get it set up. There you go, nice throw. And Knuckle Dude known not to buy DLC characters, so I feel like this might be a problem. All that money, he buys cars instead of DLC, it might come back to hurt him. Nice jump
big
in right
jump
there.
in. EX Parabell, what's he gonna do afterward?
Gonna get a mix up. Here we go.
Slide reset. Overhead.
Not meaty enough. Can definitely combo off of that setup. Nice, and you see those projectiles out there. Now at that range, it's a little more dangerous for Armika to try to control that space. Nice V reversal to get out of there. I am loving the way LPN is playing out. Nice confirm off of that standing strong.
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't try to counter the dropkick. You would think that as a calling play, that might be something you look for, but gets the grab here.
Oh, no.
Wow, that was a big opportunity. Missed it by LPN, but he's got another combo here. Vanity step into the air grab for more damage.
Oh, just barely out of range.
Oh, boy. Bang, bang, boom.
Again, still has trigger active. There we go, and that trade.
It's gonna do the
knew it was
damage.
gonna happen. There was no way he would not do trigger right there. Unless that jump was clean. And right now, set point again, LPN versus Knuckle Dude.
With this Colleen.
We talked about the threat of having multiple characters in a Street Fighter game, and right now he's on set point versus Knuckle Dude, the Capcom Cup champion.
Look out. Here's the dropkick pressure now. Knuckle Dude with the jump in, but gets caught. What's he gonna do from the vanity step? He goes low, reset. Hail coming, gets the grab.
Nice. I like the spacing. The neutral is so good. Nice. Tries to jump out of there. Nice.
V reversals away again. Man, he has been so prepared. Stuffs the hail that time. He's got a small lead, but not enough to matter here against Armika. But I like that he's in the center stage.
Oh, God, so good. Fishing with that low forward, switching to roundhouse, working out so well right now, and he is not moving. You control that space as much as you can. Armika needs it to succeed. You take it away from him. Nice EX hands. You're going to take the... Oh, nice reset.
Wow.
Different side. That was a
Knuckle Dude
mistake.
was prepared.
Nice throw. Right.
It just creates some space, uses the frame advantage on it to get out of there.
Gets one more. Oh, summons
wow,
the Death
smart stuff.
And then went for the counter on top of that. Knuckle Dude has to make something happen if he wants to stay alive.
Last chance for Knuckle Dude, nice EX Peach.
I told you, you can't do that
and
full
this
sprint.
giant
You're
swing.
dead. You are dead.
The dash go for the teamwork. Boom!
There is no way you were going to live from that. Now, and the thing is about it, you can't do upper projectile, especially if Armika has meter. Dash forward, Peach will catch that.
Final round. Immediately dash up command grab.
Nice EX vanity step. Get back in this corner. Nice neutral jump up. Finally hit, and it is not looking good right now for LPN. Ooh.
Great throw tech, important stuff.
Nice
back dash is out. All right, he's still in it. Way behind here, though, in this final round.
That's that stun bar going out. Armika with
Oh, the low profile!
Nice.
Didn't confirm in the hands.
Oh, tries to go for a button, and that is not going to work out. This is going to be a great position right now.
NuckleDu reading the panic. And, oh, wow, he's looking for a jump back. LPN still in it. Last chance.
Have to be really careful.
Not going to happen.
Or medium kick, and I'm telling you, LPN is going to go back. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I will give him credit, though. He's typically a yawner. He actually sits on stages and tournaments and he yawns, and he didn't. That's how I know he was having fun. That was a great set to watch.
That was fantastic.
Pretty good Colleen play at that. Man, I am way too hyped right now. But
that was crazy stuff. NuckleDu, though, showing why he is the Capcom Cup champion. Gets the victory, clutching it out. You know, despite LPN bringing out the Colleen, and man, did it look like it was going to work.
He had multiple chances, I feel like, to close out that set. Just didn't work out like he wanted. I know, I already know, look at it, like, son of a, I know that. So what a great set to play out. Man, I think that was a really good set.
I don't think anyone expected LPN to give NuckleDu that much of a run for his money. And look at this, we started with Bison and Guile. That's where the set started. And LPN just was running over NuckleDu's Guile. Give me this stun.
Exactly. Won that first game, and I feel like he was playing so well. I cannot believe it. Game 1, round 2, and look at the hard call-outs. Nice flash kick right there, and that did not stop LPN. Nice neutral jump again. They trade, and I like the fact that he's okay with holding back.
Critical light. Yo, you better hit reset on this one.
Exactly.
You know he did.
I hope somebody clipped that rage quit.
And then the switch over to Armika. And caught him right there, but he didn't die. And then the whip command. It was set point at this point for LPN right here.
The first set point right here. And look at this turnaround by NuckleDu. Dash push to the corner. Brimstone. What are you going to do? I'm going to hit these buttons.
Everything was counter hitting.
Look, that's, oh, wow. If he had waited, that means he hit a button. That was a counter hit.
Yeah, he was just trying to get out of there.
Oh, my God. That was so
sick.
Nice peach push to the corner. Another one, and still not. I was like, oh my God, is he gonna do it again? And this was really tough.
Oh yeah,
that advantage
50-50.
After, yeah, you can't
in the
do
corner, even harder
that.
to deal with.
And this match right here was just ridiculous. Wake up, trigger.
Oh man, even on the trade, gets the victory on the round, and again set point for LPN.
Exactly. And like I said, you can't do that.
And look how close NuckleDu is to losing right there. Look at his health. That's all LPN needed to take. But
he looks over. Look, you see NuckleDu looking over, and look at LPN's face. He was like, "You mother." All right.
Final round here then.
And standing medium kick. That's a good tool to control that mid-range. Thing is, Colleen doesn't even have to be there most of the time, and that's why she's so, I feel like she plays really well versus Armika. We don't get to see her as much considering she's one of the newer characters. This is an invitational. You want that business aspect.
Right, and that's why, you know, we've talked about how LPN, you know, he's able to just pick up characters as they're brand new and just get to a really high level with them really quickly.
Well, it definitely played out in NuckleDu's favor. I can guarantee you he was sweating though. I would
definitely
bet money on the fact that he was sweating. So next up, we do have Phenom coming back to the stage versus Long Island Joe.
And you know, Long Island Joe, you know, speaking of sweating, he's got to be sweating because he's 0-2 right now. He does not want to go down 0-3 right now because he was tied with Ryan Hart 0-2, but then Ryan Hart got the victory over Phenom. Exactly. So right now, that's putting Joe in the bottom standings, and he's really got to pull out a victory here.
I want to see what he's going to do. We've seen him running Urian. We know that he has a Nash. That's what got him his most success. Nash a little different in this game. Some people don't think he can work. Punk thinks he can.
I think he can.
I think he can too.
Right.
So,
I mean, you know, I hear all these things about, oh man, Nash got his legs cut off, or maybe his legs are backwards. I'm not sure. Maybe that was just Alex. But you know, I still think the character still has a lot of potential.
Oh yeah. Now matchup-wise versus Nikali, I'm not 100% sure how Nash would do. Urian, on the other hand, I feel like he has a little going for him. On top of that, since Phenom just lost to Ryan Hart's Urian,
yeah, you don't know where his head's at.
You don't know where his head's at. You need to test that. I feel like you should at least give him one game with Urian.
Definitely. I don't even know if L.I. Joe has been playing a whole lot of Nash still, right?
Who knows?
His Nash might be extremely rusty. And Urian, of course, was doing pretty well today. And here we go. We see it behind us. There's the Nikali from Phenom and the Urian pick coming out from L.I. Joe.
So let's get into it. We saw the patience play a factor in his match versus Ryan Hart, hitting a little too many buttons, not able to close it out just as soon as he would like. but he has another chance at life right now.
Yeah, and L.I. Joe had so many good matches earlier. You know, he just looks like every time he's about to close it out, especially against Xiaohai, you know, he just got a little impatient, started trying to just force things at the end of the rounds. But here we go, Phenom starting off strong, pushing L.I. Joe to the corner. He's had corner control over everyone he's played, I feel like.
What a jump in. Like I said before, I saw him back there practicing those throw loops. Nice throw OS to get out of that situation.
Headbutt super high. Could have actually followed that up.
Yeah, you can see that his life is really low. No activation, does have a trigger, but not sure what he's gonna do. And then kick in the dunk in that very nice suit. He's just enjoying himself at this party. You gonna throw this man on the ground? That's disrespectful.
That is a very nice suit.
I think I might have to buy this exact same suit. I'm just being real.
And a quick first round for Phenom.
Oh, wow, didn't let that second hit of the crouch fierce get in there, so it makes the fireball miss. Goes for that EX tackle, not working out. Nice wake up EX headbutt there from Joe. Joe trying to get some momentum in his favor.
Yeah, and after that grab, you know, you see a lot of European players go for that standing heavy punch, and just it's the only option he's got, really, so everyone just kind of stands there and blocks. It's like, okay, you got a little bit of gray. You're welcome.
I like the spacing. And you see Phenom just inching his way in. Nice hit, not charge. Baits it out, no crush counter.
Yeah, very lucky for Joe, but here comes the command grabs. Not looking good for Joe here. The critical art for the chip. Good night.
Wow, really smart. Nice awareness there by Phenom. I wasn't even looking at that part, and he was 100% aware. So nice play by Phenom, and he's making this look a little easy right now. Joe must be at the drawing board, like, what happens now?
Yeah, not really sure what was exactly the problem there for him. I mean, Phenom, you know, he's got this corner control. Joe maybe should try to keep him out. You know, don't let him have this stage control.
And that's the thing, the scary thing about Kali. You don't, it's so terrifying to let him get in. Nice jump in, ending with tackle.
Yeah, there we go. See, that time, you know, he was almost in the corner and he just fought right out, went right with the jump in.
Oh, nice jab. Now, I like the buttons to check for jab right there. That's what Joe's doing. He does not want Nakali to feel like he can get into that range, go for those throws, but there's the activation on the trigger.
Yep, but still half life to go. Of course, this means no more V reversals.
Ooh, wow, just hits him out of that standing fierce.
Oh boy, the boots. Aegis available now. And of course, since he's activated V-trigger, he will not be able to V-reversal out of the mix-ups.
Oh, take throw. This might be it.
Wow, it didn't even hit the stun. He got the life.
God.
3 rounds straight here for Phenom, taking it quick here over L.I. Joe.
It is not looking good right now.
Yeah, I don't even think Joe's got activated in Aegis. He's saving up all that V-meter, but he's not getting to spend it at all.
Nice standing strong, confirmed. Still wearing that samurai hat. Goes pretty well. Check out
Oh my goodness. Reset other side. He's gonna get the stun. He's gonna keep the samurai hat on the whole round.
Yo, that's an achievement, bro. Are you gonna owe him $1?
Oh,
Yo, you owe
my
him $1,
God.
bro. I know
He
you're not
kept the
from
hat
here.
on.
I know you're not from here, but that's $1. If you know the rules, that's a great.
He still has it on. That's ridiculous.
Sick. I've never seen that before.
That is so rare.
And if he blocks anything, it's gonna come off. But oh, there it is.
Yeah, even if he throws the opponent, it comes off.
Joe needs to get one of those in real life now.
Still, though, set point for Phenom.
Oh, dash up strong, confirmed by Joe, and he is looking crispy.
Oh yeah, Joe definitely awake now.
Ooh, reversal. You tried to tick throw me again. You thought it was gonna work.
Oh. Good lead, but look out for the seismos incoming.
He wants that trigger.
You know it. He's almost there.
And there it is. He's about to get it now.
Yeah, anything he blocks now, there's the seismo for it as well. Big jump in.
Nice. Gets the confirm. Jump roundhouse. There's the check. And there's the activation. Tries to go for that cross up, and you see Joe just inch forward so it doesn't even have to block it. Here's the throw. Close. There you go. Ooh, if he would have did critical art, it actually would have beat it out though, so he's lucky.
Wow, and Joe is gonna take it.
Tell him something, Joe. Tell him something, Joe.
These young kids out there, man, so disrespectful. Try to get 4 rounds straight on him. He beat him with the samurai hat on.
Did you see that suit, though? And look at him back there, Ben.
After their match, they're just sitting back there together like, damn it.
Yo, competition is competition, but like I said before, there's no games when you're fighting, but once you're done, you can talk about the matchup. You can hang out, you know?
Yeah, that's the best way to actually learn, too. You know, you talk to me, man, what did you do? What am I supposed to do about that?
Exactly.
Help me out here so next time I can beat you.
Because, I mean, you only get one chance in the round-robin format, however, but you want that knowledge anyway. Last game of the set right now.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, Joe really needs this match. Does not want to fall behind 0-3 in this round robin. EX needs that's plus. There's the throw.
Oh, nice tech.
Yeah, too far to punish. That roundhouse so good from Nikali.
Oh,
and the EX command grab going up.
Nice jump in again. Oh, caught Joe trying to hit a button, opens him up. He's got one more chance. Reversal, but he has no mirrors.
The Aegis, here it comes!
It's gonna be a lot. A mix-up right now will definitely help him out. Goes for the tick throw.
Why didn't he just go for all the damage?
I don't know. Oh my God, I would have hit standing strong. I swear to God, I would have hit that button. That is on my, I would have hit standing strong. Standing strong. It's the second button in between the punches. I'm talking to you. All right, let's go.
All right. But regardless of what button you would have hit, Joe lost the round of Phenom, set point.
Oh, nice jump in and no anti-air. That's going to be stunned.
Yeah, he tried the crouching fierce, and like I was talking about with Reinhardt, it's so hard to place that. Target combo for the closer, and looks like Phenom's gonna take it here unless Joe can make something happen with this Aegis right now.
All right, he's gonna get another opportunity. Oh, wow, he almost, I thought he hit a button. And using that close Aegis just to get a little space, a little time to think. Oh, nice, toward medium punch.
It's not over.
DP, oh, he jumps, that was really smart.
So many jumps from Phenom right now.
I like the defense here by Joe. He can definitely make something happen.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, gets that
Joe's
size.
got critical art.
Oh, nice tech.
Ryan had so many random critical arts.
Oh my God, why? Yo, his dash is so much faster, it scared me.
And it goes further too.
I actually clenched my fist when he dashed. I'm like, is he gonna hit
something
him?
else?
Oh, and that's gonna be that. ELEAGUE Joe goes down to Phenom.
So that means ELEAGUE Joe is going to be 0-3 in the round robin group so far, putting him at the very bottom here. Phenom, you know, kind of helped himself out there. If he had lost there, he would have been probably like 2-2 or something, so would have been a rough start for him as well. And of course, this group's the one that's most unpredictable about who's going to end up in those bottom two spots. You know, right now, even NkleDu and Xiaohai almost lost. NkleDu almost lost.
Yep.
So even though they're at the top right now, anything can happen.
Well,
we're still early here.
I'm looking at this, and you see Phenom. I felt like he felt like he had to worry way too much in that matchup. There was a lot of situations that could have been a little better. We're gonna take a look back, and you can see right there, gets that crush counter, and there's a lot of situations where you can bait that out, but nice awareness here, nice offensive push, and this is the second round, of course, but you see this pressure and the chip out. Nice awareness. Phenom starting off really sharp. Game 2, round 1.
Yeah, and that was really a rough start for Joe. But then, you know, it looked like, man, what is he gonna do to stop this? And, you know, Phenom was gonna go up 3 rounds straight here, so much control. And it just seemed like no matter what, Joe's always backed into a corner. But instead, Joe starts to turn things around. He put that samurai hat on, started feeling good about himself.
Yo, look, first off, I feel like we should get him a prop samurai hat just so he can wear it around now.
I mean, this is so rare.
It's super rare, and it's not even
especially
a trophy.
in tournament.
Come on, Capcom, I mean, that should be a trophy. All right, here we go. Nice close Aegis right there, but if he did critical art right there, he probably could have got him, and it might not have killed, though. And that's the match that brought him back in. We go to the final game. Nice reversal, and I feel like that right there was a mistake.
No, this right here, see, he could have had more damage there off the Aegis, but instead try to go for a reset. And then the overhead to close that first round. You would have hit the medium punch button, Steve. I know you would have.
Definitely would have hit the medium punch button. I'm going to make sure that stage guy was listening. I'm going to ask him what button that I said I wanted to hit. I want to see if he's paying attention.
And there you saw the frame count there, standing light kick into crouching medium punch to take it out. And man, ELEAGUE Joe, rough start.
It is a rough start, but like we said before, we saw some of our best players yesterday, the day before, and the day before. They go down, and they come back and make it out of the pool miraculously by the graces of whatever God they decide to pray to. It definitely worked out in their favor when it came down to it.
Right. You know, I talked to Justin Wong a little bit yesterday, the day after his performance, right? And he was telling me that even he felt nervous on the stage. You know, it's a new environment. People aren't used to it. It's something you got to get used to. It's also cold in here. There's a lot of factors to take into consideration. So much on the line. You know, it's a whole different type of spotlight. So the players coming out here today, you know, it's so much to take in.
It is a lot to take in, but we do not have to stop right now. Our next match, Luffy versus Chris Houstatarian. Coming up next is going to be a slobber knocker. Stay tuned, ELEAGUE Street Fighter 5.
here comes Chris. Beautiful whiff putting. Oh, wow. Fireball into V-Trigger. Here comes that pressure now.
Can he find another hit? If so, he's going to take the game. He does! Yes!
Oh,
I love it.
Welcome back to the G Fuel E-League Arena. Those were some great games, so we had to give them a bit of a break. So Rip and Steve have gone, and we have brought back Sejam and, of course, Z, who's been communing with the spirits ready for the games.
I am huffing and puffing, not because I just ran back here in the nick of time, just short of breath because of the matches that are coming up.
Yeah, exactly. And I heard that I was down for a nap or something like that. Is that? I heard there was a rumor backstage that that's where I had gone to. Richard spreading lies.
I never spread lies.
Libel.
You know,
I thought you were journalism integrity.
Yeah.
Here's fake news. Here's something that isn't a lie. Okay, these are the last 4 games that took place. So you can see Ryan Hart, Sir Ryan Hart, as I'm calling him for the rest of the broadcast.
You've knighted
up
him?
and running. Yeah.
Did you just knight him on air?
I can do that. Xiaohai beat Chris T, who was very disappointed. Knuckledo beat LPN, and then Phenom overcame L.I. Joe. This is what the standings look like. As we get closer to that halfway stage, you can see Xiaohai is up there 3-0. Knuckledo is up there 3-0. The only person that could go 0-7 now down at the bottom is L.I. Joe. And again, no one thinks it's going to be a 0-7, but a lot of pressure on these competitors. First up, we're going to have Luffy versus Chris T. Xiaohai versus Ryan Hart. So Ryan Hart, mustn't forget that. Phenom versus LPN. And then Knuckledo versus Chris T out of the next 4. So let's start talking about this one. Luffy versus Chris T. You know, I observed a few things when I was backstage, getting a coffee and whatnot. And Chris T, after that most recent defeat, like, mega tilted, he looked.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so, you know, he had that really good first game against Xiaohai, and I think, like, if he can focus and play exactly how he did on that first game, that he'll have a really good day ahead of himself. But, yeah, it was just like, it seemed like he didn't keep it together for the rest of the set, right? Yeah. It was like, he was like, oh my God, I got the first game. That was really good. And then he jumped into the next match, and then the next match, and he was so focused on the win and not what got him there.
Yeah. Z?
Well, these two certainly were at South by Southwest. I'm
Right.
not sure what the results there was, but they did have a chance to sort of observe each other's tendencies. So that's a pretty fresh results for them to sort of download each other over the weekend coming into a big tournament like this. I do like the confidence, however, of Luffy with that archaic controller. It's going back to the regular Nintendo Mini Classic. And yeah, that converter and that controller is going to take him to victory in this one.
I mean, I played the original Metal Gear Solid on that.
Look at that. What is that? Is that even legal? Look on that controller.
It's like as old as me.
How does he keep it so pristine? There would be so much hand scum on it.
He must have like a stockpile of like fresh ones.
I'm sure he goes to like a retro game store and he buys like a crate of them.
Yeah, that's the only way that you can have one that pristine. Anyway, well, earlier today we did have an interview with Chris T. Let's get his thoughts about how he thinks he's going to do in this match.
Chris, man, that was a tough one against Xiaohai. Barely inch you out, man. How do you feel about that matchup, though?
I'm feeling all right. I played pretty good. I think I got a little antsy at the end. I jumped a couple of times, and I think it was just an unfortunate jump at the end. He activated V-Trigger at the exact same time, so that was a free anti-air for him. But he played very, very well.
You know what? I've seen a lot of people walking around very nervous, and even you had a little bit of nerves earlier in the week. Have you been able to shake those off?
A lot better than before. Yeah, match 1, it was really, really nerve-wracking. Like, I didn't expect to be that nervous when I stepped on the stage, but it's a complete different atmosphere than kind of what I'm used to. So, I mean, I'm used to like playing at Wednesday night fights and everything like that, and as players get more experience, they tend to be a little more comfortable in that type of environment. But this one was very new to us all, so we're all very nervous.
Word. Well, you got a tough one coming up against Luffy. What's your game plan going into that matchup?
I developed some sort of strategy to Mika, and I was playing a lot against CJ Showstopper, and I played Fudo as well a couple of times the past couple of days. So I'm hoping that that strategy continues to work out in my favor. So.
All right, man. Well, best of luck, and hold it down for House Tatarian, man.
Thank you.
I think it's interesting what he said about, you know, feeling the nerves, because a lot of people have said, oh, well, there's no crowd there, you know? You're just kind of up there on your own. I think it's interesting that it kind of makes it worse for these competitors.
It's
a lot of people said it.
Worse. There is no, other 2/3 of the Trinity to give him that supportive Care Bear hugs. It's all him alone. So yeah, like it's sort of in a weird way, even more pressure in this setting.
Yeah, you mentioned there's no Care Bear stare from all the people in the audience. It's just like a completely quiet place. So, you know, you're so used to fighting game events, like when you get hit by something sick, or if you hit something sick, you can hear the crowd explode and everything like that. But in here, no matter what you do, all you hear is our nasty remarks. So it doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah, night fights, just like, you know, volleyball. After every point, win or lose, you get the hug and the high five.
Yeah, well, look, the good news is obviously next week we will have a crowd. Make sure you go to eleague.com and get some tickets. But let's get the predictions about this game. Luffy versus Chris T. Who's taking it, Z?
Apparently, Luffy had crushed, absolutely obliterated Chris T in South by Southwest 3-0. I like him to repeat here in that emphatic fashion.
Say, Jim.
I saw Chris T playing a lot against Fudo yesterday, as he mentioned in the interview. I think he's got it.
Interesting. All right, do your thing, gentlemen.
Maybe Z thinks that I am part of the hugs and high fives going on over at Wednesday Night Fights. He sounds a little bit jealous. Just because you don't have anybody to give you hugs or high fives, Z, all right? You're living that lonely meme life. They can't hug or high five you back. I got you. It's all right.
You're also in denial, just like Denial Esports, about how East Coast has taken over Street Fighter V, but I digress. Christy, I do like the color that he's rocking, those shattered backboard Kens.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting color choice. I think already I'm kind of surprised at how Luffy played the start of this. 2 dash-up command throws. It's an interesting idea. I wonder what the strategy is there. No anti-air from Tatarian, and there it is. Yeah, so he's looking to punish that roundhouse, you know, or check him afterwards, right? Either command throw, or he can go for that jab if he's in range. Interrupt from Tatarian. Stops that forward dash, and a throw bait. Oh, the overhead, and he's gonna have... No, he doesn't go for the juggle afterwards, and the wake-up button.
Interesting choice not to go for that juggle. Was close to a KO.
Oh, yeah.
And is he going to live to regret that decision-making? And he's going to stun... Close to it. Yes,
no,
gets it.
Oh. The big jump at the end. That one decision. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways that she can reset you at the end of that, but Luffy went for the standing jab reset. A really smart decision for sure. And,
why is it, do you think, that Christy did not go for the KO and left all that free damage on the table?
Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly. I feel like he should have definitely spent that EX uppercut. Maybe a little too greedy with his resources, or wasn't sure if it was going to juggle. All right, keeps himself safe with the EX fireball. And no autocorrect uppercut, so the back throw.
Oh, wow, ran right into it.
Yeah, Luffy wasn't ready to confirm the big EX challenge. It's so scary to do, but sometimes you got to bring it out. Again, advantage.
Safe. If you end with a regular Hadouken after that string, you are unsafe and open for a punish, but he has to burn 1 gauge to make himself safe.
You see the dash in behind the whiff. Uppercut? No, he goes for the down fierce instead. Activation. And the V reversal, yeah, it is punished. Oh, but a big neutral jump.
Superb read, just a neutral jump. A lot of people back jump or, you know, wait for the
he
command
baited
throws.
it, but not the biggest punish Luffy could have got, and he hits.
Gets it with the old-fashioned FADC-esque combo.
Yeah, exactly. And you saw Luffy kind of look to the side like, you did it? Like, I can't believe you did it. He just looks so like, oh, man. Anti-air from Luffy, and that's one of the big strengths of our Miko. One of the best grounded anti-airs in the whole game with that crouching medium punch. Oh, the big drop kick. And the V reversal from Chris. He's going to lose a bit of that V gauge as, you know, Ken has a 3-bar V trigger. It takes a while for him to build it. Confirm. Oh, wow. Not as much as he probably could have gotten. He could have got maybe a target combo or something like that, but still a sweep for Tatarian. And yeah, this is looking really tough for him so far. Luffy just looking so in control. Yeah, this range is a nightmare.
You know, Luffy missed that command throw. That thought of it, right?
Whoa,
that's going to come out of nowhere.
Oh my
Is this
gosh.
Fudo or is this Luffy? Wow, what? Excellent reactions there from Luffy, seeing that Chris was trying to play little cute footsies in the middle and just punish the extended arm of Ken.
That was clean. The end there, that kind of mid-range game that he was playing against Chris T, that was super effective. And Chris didn't really see, yeah, that range right there, he didn't really have a button that he was going to hit. Uppercut, it's clean. And the hit confirm. All right, looking like he's on point there.
He's going to remember that. Let's see if he's going to change up his jumping arcs, come in with a splash maybe, or go for the cross-up.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Young man reactions.
All right, let's see what side he ends up on here. In the front, the block, and the V reversal is no good, yeah. Luffy was nowhere near. That time it's going to work out. And the air reset.
Giant swing.
Oh, I can't, these risky uppercuts. And even Luffy, you can see it on his face. He's like, bro, are you just going to do that? Oh, the neutral jump doesn't work out for Tatarian.
You know,
he's
that's
in
the
trouble.
right decision to jump over the drop kick, but sometimes you can't get high enough.
Right.
And he landed right on that, and Luffy with the juggle.
Man, 2 V reversals from Tatarian, so he's not going to have that V-trigger. And I feel like, oh, the dash-up command throw. He really conditioned him there, right? He had those 4 medium kicks. He tagged him 3 or 4 times. And as you mentioned, you know, Chris, a big fan of the hugs, so came in and got it. Oh, no challenge. And what a block. Chris
What
definitely
a
in trouble.
gamble. Max punish without any gauge, gets optimal corner carry, and now, again, not deterred is Chris T.
Yeah, he went for it. It's such a risk, right? It's such an important part about this match for Luffy to establish that and say, hey, man, you got to stop uppercutting, and Chris still going for it.
Look at all these normals, just keeping him in check, conditioning, you know? Be ready for a throw.
He does have V-Trigger available. We've seen Chris not really been able to activate this the whole time, and he is just getting mauled here. Activation to keep himself safe, and he just flies out.
No, does not.
Oh, really fishing hard for that fierce, and Luffy, I think he's smelling that Chris is a little desperate, the anti-air.
Yeah, whenever
what an
you're
escape.
down that much in life, you know that the frame trap is coming, because that's the best way of getting a lot of damage all at once.
The sweep. Oh, and the crouching short from downtown, and that's going to be it. Luffy over Chris Tatarian.
That is a 5-0, counting the results from the Austin